And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to tonight's election night coverage. And tonight we will be covering a very important race, one that has been talked about throughout the entire week, which is, most importantly, the 2026 South Carolina Republican primary for the Senate. As we all know, recently, following the death of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, who was also the Republican nominee for this year's United States Senate race for South Carolina, we have seen two main candidates. The first one being the incumbent Senator Darlene Graham, also Lindsey Graham's sister, appointed by Governor Henry McMaster to serve the remnant of his term. The second candidate is a name more popular among the more conservative parts of the Republican Party, that being the name of Ralph Norman. And tonight we're going to have probably a very interesting race with polls closing in about 14 minutes. So before we start out, I just want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight because after South Carolina, we also have this race, which let me show you in a second, which is the 2026 Republican primary for Oklahoma governor. Recently, President Trump endorsed Mike Matzey, or Matey, however you say his name, against Gentner Drummond. So we can see here, he's heavily favored to win, but Trump's endorsement has been very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? It has been very effective in these year's races, but there are also some races that he lost. For example, in Georgia, Rick Jackson won against, I believe it was Burt Jones. And in South Carolina, President Trump endorsed Darlene Graham, who was widely expected to win until very recently, a debate between Darlene Graham and Ralph Norman, where Darlene Graham basically said, I don't have any experience of foreign policy, following a question asked by the moderator. That kind of tanked her chances a little bit regarding odds of winning this race. And yet another thing was this recent poll by the Trafalgar Group, which is an internal pollster for the Republican Party, and by the way, one of the most accurate pollsters of 2024, which shows that Darlene Graham basically leads Ralph Norman by 0.1%. with a margin of error of 2.9. This race is pretty much tied. It can be decided very, very closely. So we don't know if Darlene Graham's going to win or Ralph Norman's going to win. 1 second. Somebody's texting me. Yeah, just a second. Anyway, so as I was saying, this recent poll shows that Darlene Graham and Ralph Norman are statistically tied. So this is expected to be a very close race, especially with the debate performance for Darlene Graham. And before we get too much into it, let's just give out by the way, this is my own personal opinion. I'm not Martin Media as a whole's opinion. Me personally, here's who we're going to cheer for. Tonight, I want Ralph Norman to win. That's the candidate I am supporting. And by the way, the candidate that our special guest, who should be joining us soon, also wants to win. You guys are going to know who it is. He's a very familiar name. But yeah, reason I want Ralph Norman to win is that I feel like he is the most conservative option for the U.S. Senate. Darlene Graham, nothing against her. She's a very nice lady, but she doesn't really show to have a very phenomenal conservative record, mostly because she's kind of an unknown and she's only been in the Senate for a few weeks. And I don't know, I just feel bad, endorsing somebody just because they were the appointee because of the governor. I feel like Ralph Norman has a more conservative approach, and I also don't really think Darlene Graham would be the most qualified person to deal with foreign politics, especially following her debate performance. But anyway, 10 minutes until polls close. We're getting close to the time of the hour, which is that this election is actually going to start. Waiting for a few people to join. And so before we start, let me just read a comment that you guys say. Oh, hey Tech, what's up? Yeah, Tech, thank you. Always tuning in to my live streams, especially when I'm covering elections. It's really awesome to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch us cover this election. I'm sure it's going to be a very cool one. One second. So yeah, just trying to get our special guests to. Yeah, seems like our special guest is not going to be able to come tonight. By the way, with Isaiah LaFone, unfortunately, he's busy with something in his own life. So yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to come. But we should be having more people join in. But yeah, while we wait for the people to join or the polls to close. Anyway, yeah, nah, just waiting to see if anybody's gonna join the panel. Unfortunately, Isaiah can't come, so I'm trying to find somebody else. Sorry about that. Ooh, 8 people. Awesome. But yeah, since somebody can come, we'll do it solo. 7 minutes until the polls close. So yeah, let's look at the map here while we wait. So let me pull up 2026 primary. I think it was this one. Don't like CNN, but it will do the trick for this. Whatever. Nobody cares about the Democratic primary. Dude, what is this? Oh, I hate CNN. Oh, there we go. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. Rep. So slow. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. So before we start, and by the way, 6 minutes until the polls close for Rio in the state of South Carolina. Let's do a little short recap of what we saw in the initial primary, which, by the way, was prior to the passing of Senator Lindsey Graham, who won the state with 56.8% of the vote against Mark Lynch's 28.9%. Ralph Norman, he ran for governor of the state of South Carolina, I think, for the primary. Let me see if I'm right. He's a current representative. Here's the primary result. Yeah, he did. Ralph Norman, the current candidate challenging Darlene Graham, was the third placed candidate in the governor primary for South Carolina, getting around 17.1% of the vote. Clearly very popular in northern South Carolina, especially in Greenville and York counties. While when we look at the Senate race, Lindsey Graham, he did lose in South Carolina. Clearly, North South Carolina, confusing both Carolinas. There is much less appeal to Lindsey Graham's neoconservative style of conservatism. While when we talk about population-wise, here's what we're looking for: the biggest vote shares are going to come out of areas like Greenville. Not a lot of vote out of now. Some people may be asking, why are there not a lot of votes coming out of the big cities, like, for example, Charleston or Georgetown, where Myrtle Beach? Actually, no, Myrtle Beach has a lot. Like Columbia or Charleston, because these areas, if we look at the Democratic primary, they have much more votes because these areas are strongly Democratic. Myrtle Beach, but when we look at, for example, York County, the Democratic combined total was of around, let's say, 15,000. Yeah, I was not supposed to click that. Anyway, it's a little bit slow, so bear with me. So yeah, while in the Republican part, the combined vote total was about 22,000 in the same county. So Republican voters typically are more prevalent in these not very urban parts of the state. However, there's a few exceptions. For example, Horry County, where Myrtle Beach is located in. That's going to have a lot of Republican voters. York County, Greenville County, Spartanburg County, Cherokee County, all of these more rural counties are going to see a greater Republican turnout, and not necessarily the urban areas, which are typically the Democratic strongholds of the state of North Carolina. Let me just pull up, for an example, for the people who don't understand, the South Carolina election results for 2024. As you can see here, in Charleston County, Kamala Harris was the winner. In Richland County, by even more, she won it by almost 2/3 of the vote. But when we look at Horry County, where Myrtle Beach is located, Trump was preferred by 38 points. York County, almost 20. Greenville County, 32. So there are these very favorable Republican areas in the north, where even though technically not the most populous part of the state, they still have the greatest share of Republican vote. But anyway, let's go back to the map right now, because we have 2 minutes until the polls close in the state of North Carolina. And yeah, so some people want to join. So yeah, 2 minutes until the state of North Carolina finally. Why do I keep saying North Carolina? I keep wanting to say South Carolina, because both of them. Yeah, I was talking about North South Carolina. Anyway, I think we have a person who would be willing to join here. You guys have seen her before, but I'm gonna keep you guys in suspense. Just kidding. It's Jess. Jess might be joining us very soon. Let's all give her a virtual round of applause. A great guest. Always love having her on. Always fun when she's on. So, without further ado, we have 60 seconds until the polls close in South Carolina. And remember, for you guys who did not watch the initial stream, which was based around Florida, it was like 2 weeks or so. It was like a week or so ago. The results, even though the polls close, that does not mean that the results are going to come instantly. For example, in Wyoming, we were going to cover it, but it was like 25 minutes after the polls closed. We got no results, so we just decided to, whatever. But South Carolina typically comes very quickly, so I don't expect there to be such a long wait around the election results. But yeah, let's look at the time here. In 4, 3, 2, 1. And the polls have officially closed in South Carolina. It is 7 p.m. on the East Coast. We should start getting results at any time now. This is where the fun part begins, folks. Election night has begun. But yeah, while we wait, let's just keep discussing what I was before. We should have a couple guests. I know Jess might be joining us soon. Hopefully Everything is going on well. The link is, I hope it's good. But yeah, pretty much going back to the primary result. I don't know what that's. It's expected that with the nature of this race being so close, that Ralph Norman is going to perform very well here in the North. But if we look at the primary results, Lindsey Graham got around 40 to 50% of the vote in the North. That's why I say that. But if we go towards the south of the state, he got 64%, 62, 63, 68 in Horry County, Myrtle Beach area, 70 in Florence County. I expect this to be south of South Carolina to be Darlene Graham's stronghold, while I expect the North, Rock Hill, Greenville, Anderson to be Ralph Norman's. Never mind, Jess cannot come. To be Darlene Graham's strongholds. So I think it's all going to depend on who can turn out the most. If we're going to get a wider lead for Ralph Norman and a greater turnout in areas like York County, like Chesterfield County, Greenville, Anderson, Abbeville, Coney County, or if Darlene Graham is going to overperform massively and with greater turnout in Charleston County, Jasper, Horry, Sumter, Richland is not that big of a decider, but Berkeley County. Let's go back to the results. Berkeley County has a total of around 14,000. Still relevant. I mean, it's close to what Richland County has. Florence County, not that much, but when we start going to, for example, Georgetown County, it's close to Myrtle Beach, so it's not really about whether it's going to be like a big county, but whether it's going to vote together with Horry. Beaufort County, that's a very big one. Charleston County, we already talked about, and there's a few more here. For example, Aiken County, that's an important one. Yeah, pretty much. But most of the Republican votes are going to come out of the North. I'm just repeating myself. Let's see if we have any new votes. Let me refresh the page. And still at 0-0. I'm still awaiting for results to come. So let me update the banner. 1 second, please. Where is it? No. By the way, we're getting at 18 viewers live, which is honestly more than I've ever gotten. So guys, thank you very much for watching this. I'm gonna try to keep it entertaining to you guys for sure, but I hope you guys enjoy it. It's gonna be a very important race, and I'm very, very happy to be sharing it with you guys. Wait. There we go. Just updating this. Got it. Yeah. So let me see if there are other news agencies reporting. Let me see if NBC. Something that you always try to do when your preferred channel isn't reporting. Always go to the other ones. Nope. NBC still not reporting anything. New York Times, I don't have a subscription, but they're still not reporting anything. So yeah, it's just a waiting game at this point. I prefer Decision Desk because in my view, it has the best graphics. And also because the New York Times, that I unfortunately do not have a subscription. But let me see if. Oh, seems like they didn't ask this time. Hopefully they don't. Oh, they do, of course. They want my money, as they always do, unfortunately. Oh yeah, let's also open up NBC so we can have an idea, because here's the deal. I don't really like NBC's graphics. I don't think they're kind of delayed a lot of the time. But one of the things I do like from them is that they have the estimated remaining votes, which, by the way, I think it would be very important for this race. Why isn't this way? Oh, there we go. Oh, and we have the first results out of South Carolina. Just saw the screen update at NBC, but where is this coming from? It is coming from Newberry County. which is close to the north. Ralph Norman, well, this is an early result. He got 51.6% of the vote with 8.1% reporting. What won't really say a lot about it because it is still very early. But dude, what is going on? This thing is weird. But yeah, Newberry County. That's a county Lindsey Graham won by 52.6% of the vote. So just refresh the page. Good. But yeah, let's see if that updated on. For some reason, Decision Desk has not gotten that vote out. But yeah, they also have the remaining part of the vote. So yeah, Ralph Norman, first batch of votes out of Newberry County, a county that Lindsey Graham won quite vastly in the initial primary against Mark Lynch and Thomas Dismukes and Calvin Cohen, as you can see here on the CNN panel. You know, I gotta say, when we, why isn't this working? No, I don't want to click on the county. When we look at this county, it's not that big, but it does show a trend on the map, which is that, what is it? Oh yeah, which is if Ralph Norman can get a strong support in areas like Newberry County, which by the way, Graham got a lot of support, and that shows that he can be likely to gather support from major areas out of the share of votes that Lindsey Graham got. So this is not at all a bad result for if you're a Ralph Norman supporter. If you're a Darlene Graham supporter, of course, you are looking for more results. But at the same time, you're kind of starting to wonder if this is going to be a pattern all night. Not saying it is. I mean, we still have a lot of votes to count for sure, but could be an interesting point of view to look at for sure. And by the way, if you guys want to leave any comments or questions so I can answer, that would be great. Since we are still waiting for more results, it's a great way for you guys to communicate with me, and I communicate with you guys. So if you want to leave questions and for me to answer, that would be great, and I would highly appreciate it. So not very topic, but right now Polymarket has Darlene Graham a 57.5% chance of victory, while Cauchy has her at 67%. I hate that joke. 67%, which is interesting. These results came very recently, probably, but there are no results reporting yet. So I'm not sure. Maybe actually, let me look at the governor. Maybe we can probably guess why they're betting why Cauchy's betting so much on what's his name? Ralph Norman. So Newberry County was a county that Ralph Norman got around 22% in the primary. He ended in third place. Pamela Yvette ended up in, what was it again? Ended up in second. So I don't see why they're doing that, but oh, here we have it. Actually, we have the first big batch of results coming in, and it is from Chesterfield County, where Darlene Graham is up 73.93% of the vote. This is honestly a very, very bad look for the Ralph Norman campaign. 73.93% of the vote in any county. It's not really what you want to see. But at the same time, let's go back to the map that I was discussing earlier. Let's see the share of votes that Lindsey Graham got. Chesterfield County, he got 65.3% of the vote. And seems like NBC, surprisingly, is up ahead. We also have votes out of Georgetown County, where Lindsey Graham is getting, not Lindsey Graham, Darlene Graham, Lindsey Graham's sister, is getting 67.4% of the county. Remember, Georgetown County is the neighboring county to Horry County, which is where Myrtle Beach is located in. And they typically, as you can see here, they vote pretty aligned with each other. Lindsey Graham, the only difference is that he did 0.1% worse in Horry County than he did in Georgetown County. So they're pretty similar. Why is this relevant? Because if Darlene Graham is doing so well in Georgetown County, that kind of gives some hints to how she's going to do in Horry County, which is one of the key counties for this race. So, here we have it. And 25% of the vote reporting it's pretty significant. Not at all, not good results for the Ralph Norman campaign. But again, we still have a large range of votes coming. Again, as I said before, there's a variety of votes out of Myrtle Beach, Charleston a little bit less, so a lot of vote out of Greenville, a lot of vote out of Lexington, some votes out of Aiken, a lot of vote out of Horry County. So still waiting for more results. And it seems like we have another race for tonight, which I didn't know about. Let me look at it. I did not know this race was going on tonight. Oh, it's a Democratic primary. It's a Democratic race between Everton Blair and Marcy Scott. I don't think a lot of people are watching that. Anyway, go back to what I was previously describing. Okay. So seems like we have another big batch of votes coming in. This time from Anderson County, 16% reporting. Ralph Norman is leading the county by around 11%, and he's chipping close to he's chipped closer to the lead that Darlene Graham has. He's cut it from like 20 to around 7.5%. Going back to the map for the initial primary, what did Lindsey Graham get on this? It was Anderson County. Lindsey Graham got 48.4% of the vote. So this is an area where Ralph Norman is very expected to overperform in. And this is also a county carried by Pamela Yvette. What percentage of the vote why isn't this working? Did Ralph Norman get in this county? I'm not sure because CNN is being mean to me. Let me just try to refresh the page. By the way, guys, sorry if this is laggy. Like I have two monitors tuned into my computer. So that happens. Yeah, Ralph Norman got 20.9% of the vote in Anderson County, almost 21%. So, okay. We have another batch of votes coming in, this time from Cherokee County. Ralph Norman has around a 14.5% lead. And seems like we have the first guest of the night. He's one of my colleagues from Martin Media. Thomas, thank you for joining.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Of course, my pleasure. Guys, you probably know him if you watch Martin Media. This is Thomas Kellogg. He's one of our big, beautiful guys from Martin Media. So, Thomas, thank you very much for coming. What are your thoughts?
I'm also, and you also
Mark?
may know me from X, and if not, Martin Media,
Yeah, I do.
yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the race so far?
I mean, I just tuned in, so I see that it looks like right now it's fluctuating, but it's a very low percentage of the vote. Obviously, we're not gonna have results in like in an hour like Florida. Boy,
Yeah.
if we could have results in like Florida across the nation in every race, that'd be something epic.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Florida. Yeah, this is what some of the things I appreciate about Florida. Like you see here, most counties in South Carolina are 10% reporting, 19. In Florida, within 1 minute, like counties were at
30,
70% in.
Yeah,
80.
and you had like
It was
it was
intense.
crazy, and then the whole state was at like 70% in like 30 minutes, and you're like, and then you look, it's like, wow. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I do like. Is it Darlene Graham?
Darlene Graham.
But I am supporting Ralph Norman. I think he has a little more experience.
I agree.
I'm not from South Carolina, so don't upset. But I think Ralph Norman is a better candidate. I mean, honestly, I think either would be good, but I think Norman
Hmm.
knows what he's going into because he is established. He's establishment, but he knows what he's getting into when he gets into the Senate.
Yeah, I agree. So far, here's my take on it. These results look not very good for Ralph Norman, but they look great for Darlene Graham. I'm going to say why. Because what I said earlier to stream, that this would be a battle between North South Carolina and South Carolina, it's playing out very well. As you can see here, the entirety of Ralph Norman's base is North South Carolina, Anderson
Yeah,
County, Oconee County, Lawrence, Cherokee. When Greenville comes out, I expect it to go to Norman. However, Darlene Graham's base is around Georgetown County, Berkeley County, Orangeburg, Dillon, potentially Horry. But
yeah,
here's the thing: Ralph Norman's lead in the North is much slimmer than. Oh, speak of the devil, the first votes out of Horry County are in, and Darlene Graham is leading by around
wow.
47 points. So, yeah, that's not good at all for Ralph Norman. She is
No,
dominating the South while he's narrowly winning the North.
actually, this race is going very surprisingly. I knew she'd have a summer advantage, but I thought that the way she's been portrayed, I thought that she would have done like a little bit worse tonight. But again, only 5% is in. We have to see what happens.
Yep,
I mean, these numbers
exactly.
have been fluctuating in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, especially as the northern counties come in. And yeah, I agree with you. One of the factors, though, that I forgot to mention to you guys, I'm sorry, Darlene Graham has President Trump's endorsement. That's
That
going to
is a
be a
big one
major
too.
factor. And she was,
Yes,
I believe, appointed and endorsed by current Governor Henry McMaster of South
and
Carolina.
Trump
So,
does have a good endorsement record
oh, he
for the
does,
most
absolutely.
part. Just occasionally some races like Florida,
Well,
I believe was Corey Mills.
first,
He
first
went
votes
down.
out. Sorry, continue. My
Corey
bad.
Mills went down, but that's because he had a baggage and a scandal, and that's like nothing
Hmm.
to do with Trump's endorsement. The reason why he went down because
Hmm. I agree. So yeah, pretty much results wise, the first results out of your county, which was one of the 5 counties Ralph Norman won in the gubernatorial primary, are out. We're 15%. Ralph Norman is expectedly taking 67.71% of the vote. This was a county he was very favored in, but it's not the biggest. Let's look at remaining vote. As you can see, your county, it's significant, but it's not the biggest county in South Carolina. His biggest base is going to have to be Greenville. Horry
is
County,
this
Graham's
is this decision
Steno.
desk?
This is the decision desk.
Okay, yeah, because
This
decision
is
desk is
Yeah. NBC has also a similar thing. This is easier to
okay. Good
understand.
to
Your
know.
county, it has a significant amount of votes, but it's not that big. Like it's up to par with, for example, Charleston County. But it's nothing compared to Horry or Greenville or any of these ones. And by the way, there's more votes out of Horry and Charleston than just this. It's just that some of these votes have been reporting. Uh, but yeah, so far it's looking to be a great night for Darlene Graham. Not a very good night for Ralph Norman.
Yeah, 100%. 6%
County.
in. He's almost at like 45% of the vote.
Yeah.
So these numbers are going to fluctuate probably. They might narrow, they might not. They might go up for Darlene Graham. Right now she's 89% chance, I'm guessing. But, oh, 87.
Yep.
What was her chance before this?
It was for Polymarket, it was around 57.5%. Yeah,
Okay,
she's yeah, it's
interesting.
getting much bigger. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
mean,
it.
I think she's, I would have thought because of that one clip, that debate clip, but then again, I don't know how many people voted early. This is the problem with debates, people vote early.
Yep, exactly. And early, I don't know the specifics now, but I'm not sure. Seems like a lot of the people backing Ralph Norman are the type of people you would expect to vote on election day. You know, the rural voters. Okay, first votes out of Greenwood County and McCormick. Graham is. There's a very big split here. Like I predicted this, but it's very interesting to see how different one county is from the other. Like McCormick County, Graham is dominating. Greenwood County, Norman is dominating. So it's definitely a very polarized state, but at the same time, the areas where Darlene Graham is performing the best in, they just happen to have more of the Republican base. Anyway, going back to the remaining vote, we still have a lot of votes to count, so I'm not making any predictions now.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not either. I think I'll make a prediction when it gets to like, if it starts to go more in her favor, when we get to like about maybe 30% of the vote, then maybe I'll start making a prediction. But I think that I'm going to say that it's anybody's race right now.
Yeah, I completely
Even
agree.
though the numbers are very good for Darlene, but this is only 7% of the vote.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Is she dominating on the coast?
She is, yes. Great question, actually. So Horry County, once again, where Myrtle Beach is located in, she's in,
Interesting name.
and yeah, I was avoiding saying that, but here's something cool. Um, Surprisingly, so Horry and Georgetown typically vote alike, and they are kind of voting alike. I mean, it's only a 5% difference. Actually, no, 6% difference in their tallies, but they're pretty much voting alike. Charleston County, or Charleston, South Carolina, is located in. Graham is dominating. Beaufort County, another big one which we discussed. Um, Graham is dominating. Colleton County, not kind of a smaller county, but Graham is still dominating. Uh,
Yeah,
Definitely, she's
100%.
dominating on the
Okay,
coast.
8%. Yeah, the votes are going in very slowly.
Yeah,
We at
it happens.
8%.
Not everybody can be Florida. What can I say?
No, 100%.
Right, first votes are out of Lancaster County. This one's a little bit closer. Darlene Graham only has around a 1 point lead, leads by 39 votes out of
How did that go
2,000 just in
for,
Lancaster.
how did that go in the governor race?
The governor race that went to Pamela Yvette.
And no,
This is
how
a
much percent did he get in Lancaster? Oh, he
oh
got 29%.
Ralph
And
Norman
she,
got a very close second place in Lancaster County.
okay, so that's very interesting.
It is. So when we look at it
That's
in detail, what are the counties? So here, let's look at it in detail. Here are the counties that Ralph Norman is. Okay, never mind. We have
her
another batch
leads,
of voters.
her leads
Sumter County
growing,
is in.
okay.
Lexington, Orangeburg. These are Darlington. Wow. Oh yeah. If Darlington County doesn't go for Darlene Graham, I would laugh very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
Darlington County.
how is her home county doing?
I actually I don't know her home county. Let me check.
And
One
also
second.
look
Good
at
question.
What Lizzie Graham's home county was.
They both have the same home county.
Okay, I didn't know if like they lived,
Yeah,
well, when he was
because
alive.
Lindsey Graham is Darlene Graham's brother, and they both grew up in the same house. Her home county is where is it? It's this one. It's Pickens County, which I expect to be well. It should be trend wise a strong county for Ralph Norman, but who knows? Maybe she's gonna have a strong performance
She
there.
could get like what's that thing called when people vote? They vote more in favor of the candidate because the person died. Like what happens in
Um,
the Louisiana, it's where people Not
I'm
most
not
times they're
sure.
gonna, even in their own home county, are gonna vote a sympathy vote, sympathy vote.
Yeah, yeah, and
That's what I
honestly,
was trying to say.
I feel that. I see that because a lot of people in South Carolina believe that Lindsey Graham, well, he did win the race by a lot, uh, and that the person replacing him is technically carrying like the votes he got and the representation he got. So they're going to vote for Darlene Graham.
Yeah,
The only reason I don't agree with that is that I don't think she's the best candidate for South Carolina. And like
no, I don't.
I like Lindsey Graham. I hope he rests in peace. Like I would never. I don't want to disrespect the dead man, but I don't think me personally, I don't think he was the best candidate for South Carolina Senate either. I don't like politically. I don't really like the guy, but he won, so gotta respect that. And he led a very strong record in the Senate, and I hope God has him. Honestly, like God bless him. I mean that. But yeah, almost 10% of the vote is in right now, and
He was very polarizing for some.
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so her vote. Okay, so now we're just looking at no.
Yeah, for sure. So
What other race
yeah,
did you say was happening?
yeah, I was gonna get to that. In 34 minutes, the polls in Oklahoma are gonna close. Tonight we have the runoff for the gubernatorial primary, the Republican Party, between Gentner Drummond and Trump-endorsed Mike Madsey or Matesy. I don't know how to say his name.
Hmm,
Like I'm gonna say
I didn't know.
Madsey
I
because
didn't know that was happening
Madsey.
tonight.
Yeah, I honestly like not a lot of people. It's the race has definitely been shadowed by has been in the shadows of the South Carolina Senate race, mostly because of Lindsey Graham and his early passing and the entire polarization of the race. So that's pretty much I don't think why a lot of people didn't talk about it. But yeah, we also have the Oklahoma U.S. Senate race, which by the way, that's something that we're also gonna is gonna be fun to cover. Uh, And like off topic, I got a lot of likes today on X because I said I support Ralph Norman, which I do. Unfortunately, it looks like he's not very likely to win, but I still support the guy. I like
No,
his record.
I think he has a future. I mean, I don't
He
know.
has a
I mean,
future.
honest, wasn't
I
he
just
in?
don't see
Wasn't
him
he in the
losing it.
House?
He is a current representative. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think he should have stayed in the House.
Yeah, he
I
is a
think he
current
did.
representative for South Carolina's fifth district. Let me check. And funny enough, South Carolina's fifth district, district number 5, it encompasses York County, Chester County, Lancaster County, which is probably why he's not doing half as bad. Um, Kershaw County, Lee County is one of them. And speaking of Lee County, we have the first results out of it. Smaller county, Darlene Graham has a
Okay.
5.5% lead, 11 vote difference, not a lot, but nothing new out of the other counties. Just this is the early vote, so I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But Poly Market has Darlene Graham at 92.6%. Honestly, like if he keeps underperforming in the North, I might be ready to call this race very soon. But I'm going to wait until like 50% of the vote is in or so. Probably.
Yeah,
If
there's about I don't know if you can still hear me.
I can, yeah.
Okay, I'm in the background. Let me open another tab. Okay, I got the map pulled up. Streamlabs. Oh, Streamlabs. So that way I can look at the map too, where you're looking at it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, this is not moving.
Yeah, not going the direction I wanted for sure.
Do we know how much turnout?
Well, sure, we can look at that. In the initial, let's look at the initial Senate race.
And I'll keep it up here that way. We can look.
Hmm. Turnout, I think turnout is looking very similar to say the least. What are the
Okay.
counties with the greatest share of votes reporting? That would be, for example, McCormick County. Why does this always glitch? This website. Oh, there we go. McCormick County. We're seeing up to par turnout, honestly, so far.
Okay, so we still don't have every county name.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because every single county is like 24, 30% reporting at most. Some of them are at 16, 18.
And some had
So,
0.
yeah, it's not a lot of counties to compare. I mean, Charleston County is only at 8%.
Yeah, so she's doing pretty well on Myrtle Beach and
Yes, in
yeah,
Charleston.
like we said. How's she doing in Somerville?
Somerville.
Where is
Where's
Somerville?
Somerville again? I forgot where Somerville was.
I think it's near
Uh,
like Charleston a little ways. Oh, this
Charleston.
is.
Somerville. What is Somerville? Is that a
Oh no, I
city?
think.
I don't know much about South Carolina, so that's why I'm asking. That's why I wanted to say.
I know somewhat about it. I think it's. I think it's a little bit England. I'm not sure.
You
It's
know
like a
what? Let me pull
city or a
up
town.
the map, South Carolina map. And yes, guys, I'm sorry, I don't know everything about South Carolina. It's not my state.
I don't know everything about
But
South
whether the
Carolina.
best part, yeah, exactly. But like when I was talking about Florida, it was so easy. I knew everything. I knew every county. I knew the cities. I have been there. Florida was so easy. Now we're talking about North Carolina. I don't know anything. Like I don't
But
like.
Florida, you
I
remember the
love like
county
North
names.
Carolina. Yeah, I love
Florida's
South
so
Carolina. No,
easy.
I just don't. Oh, here it is. Somerville is located in. Let me see. That would be, well, it's near Charleston. Uh, that is, I believe, Colleton County.
Yes.
Let me see. No, it's not. This is Colleton. This is Charleston.
Let me look. Actually, I could just look it up.
No, it's located in Dorchester
What
County.
county is
Yeah, it's
Somerville
Dorchester,
located?
I think.
Yep. Somerville is primarily in Dorchester. Oh,
Is it
sorry.
Dorchester?
Yeah.
Dorchester County, my bad. Okay, Berkeley County is in. Berkeley County is
Dorchester
where
has none.
Monk's Corner is located in. Never been there. Yeah, I only know the main cities.
I think that's more like a
Augusta,
wealthier suburb.
There
There is some pretty wealthy areas of South Carolina.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Lindsey Graham lived in one.
I've never been to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I've never been to South Carolina in general. Let me see
Me
what
neither.
Vote Hub has.
Yeah, it's
See if
not
they have
moving.
anything for South. Let me see if they have a
What are the
map.
pundits saying?
Because they typically. I don't know. Oh, look at that.
What's Steve Kornacki
This is what I told
saying?
you. They expect it to do better in the.
Significant piece of the puzzle here.
Oh, this is Oklahoma. I don't know what the pundits are saying.
Steve Kornacki's kind of.
Dude,
I don't like
where is
NBC, but he's kind of cool.
Yeah. He makes some interesting analysis.
Yeah, I mean, he's
I
not
what can I say?
partisan.
I don't like MSNBC, but I loved watching them crash out when they realized that Trump was going to win. Like,
Oh
this was
yeah,
one of the
I
guys
love
that first started
watching,
saying, like,
and I like Steve Kornacki because he's not as partisan. He reports more of like the actual votes,
yeah,
and it's funny when he breaks the news to them.
exactly. Just to watch, yeah, Lauren Boebert. Who cares about that? Let me see if they have it, South Carolina.
So oh yeah, Colorado already had their primary, right?
Huh?
Did Colorado already have
Who?
their primary?
I am not sure. I think so. I can check.
Yeah, Lauren Boebert, she was saved. Trump was gonna primary her, but then The deadline already passed.
They already had the primary.
If you remember, she was
It was, I
saved
think,
by the deadline.
Yes, exactly. I mean, she kind of pissed off Trump a little bit too
And we'll
much.
see if she wins this year. She may,
I
because
think she's gonna win.
she moved
She's gonna win.
districts,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, she's no
But
longer in Adam, whatever his name is. I forgot his name. Colorado 3. She's now in Colorado 4, which is way more conservative.
yeah,
He's actually
Adam
here right now.
Christ.
Adam Chris, thank you.
Oh, 11%
Yeah, because like, there's
in.
so many Adams.
These numbers aren't moving.
There's Adam Chris, there's Adam Schiff, there's Adam Morgan. There's many Adams in U.S.
It's already
politics.
been
So
50 minutes.
it's been 36 minutes since the polls closed.
The midterm election is going to be like the longest night of our life. Hopefully
Yeah, we're
not.
gonna cover it. And we're gonna cover it. It's gonna be the mega stream for Martin Media.
Oh, we're going to get Zach in here with Martin. We're going to get a bunch of people.
Oh, you know what? This is one of the things I was actually looking for from Decision Desk. This is great. So this shows like the goal for like a close race. Chesterfield County, Darlene Graham overperforming. Horry County, Darlene Graham overperforming by around almost 5 points. Lee County overperforming drastically. Ralph Norman is actually expected to win this county in this analysis. Speaking of which, we just went
up to 14%.
Yeah, exactly. Ralph Norman has gotten closer.
This is still anybody's race.
And we have the first votes out of Greenville County, which is probably one of the biggest Republican stronghold counties in South Carolina.
I think this is now we now have 8 points in. She's up by 8, right? About.
Yeah, she's up by 8.5.
Okay, she was up by 20 a while ago. 19, 18.
Yeah,
so this has narrowed. It's gone up and down. I think when we get to 25% of the vote, we might have a better idea.
Yeah. Ralph Norman is underperforming in Greenville County by around 10 points. Oh, well, we have a few. Have another drop?
Is he underperforming what he got?
No, what the goal is, because Decision Desk has a target goal. Here, let me see if it gets one. The vote target as which candidate is on track to win. Darlene Graham is severely overperforming in every single county, and Norman is underperforming drastically.
A lot of the remaining vote is Norman too, and Graham.
Yeah,
36% renaming Norman. 35%, 10%.
By the way, 32 viewers. That's a record. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much.
There's 32 people watching. Is this on X too?
YouTube and X. Dude, typically I get like 2. So I'm very, very thankful. It's like 16 times what I usually get. Which is awesome.
I'm gonna repost on Martin Media and on my page.
Oh. Florence County.
Okay, so 14%.
I remember correctly. It's around here. She's expected to get more than what she's getting now. But another one that he's overperforming is Beaufort County. We just talked about this one. It's this one right here. Ralph Norman is doing a little bit better than he's supposed to. But everywhere else where he is leading, unfortunately, he is underperforming. So yeah, not the best thing if your name is Ralph Norman. Okay, for example, he's underperforming massively in York County. And here's the deal: these counties, like York, Cherokee, these are counties he's supposed to win by a lot, because these are the counties he represents in Congress.
Yeah.
And and like
Okay,
in the rest of
15% in. I don't know if we went up a couple like 0 point something or down 0 point something. I know we didn't move much.
yeah, I agree. Oh, 36 people watching, awesome. But yeah,
We'll have to see if this narrows towards a 50% for Norman.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really expect it to narrow, because here's the deal. So the remnant of the vote. I mean, still Spartanburg County to come in, Greenville, Pickens. These are all counties that are expected, but there's still a lot of vote out of the South. There's still Columbia, which is Richland County, which sure not a lot of vote, but still going to prove decisive if the election even dares come close. So, and these are being snatched by Graham by 47%, while the North is going a lot of the Norman by 7.9, Norman 9.6. Like the biggest lead that Ralph Norman has in a county is in York County with 35.4%. The biggest lead Darlene Graham has in a county is 47.2%, which is Horry County, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly.
I think you pronounced it better than 36 viewers.
Oh, great. Thank you, guys.
I gotta
Yeah, let
show
me
this
just check
link.
real quick. Have I been pronounced? Yeah, I have been pronouncing it wrong. It's Horry County. It's not Horry. The H is silent. My bad. South Carolinians, I apologize deeply for saying it wrong. It's Horry County and not Horry County. Yeah,
It's what?
It's Horry. It's not Horry.
Wow.
It's Horry.
Oh, that's
the H is silent.
interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting because like I was thinking of the name and I was like, that is a very horrible name, because it reminded me of another word. But I won't say on this live stream because I don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still have Poly Market has Darlene Graham almost at 96% chance of victory. This is getting way like I think she's getting close to victory at this point, but still 16. I feel bad at calling a race at 16%. And Isaiah knows I like to call things early, but I'm not gonna call it that early.
Yeah.
Oh, here, this is better. Let me see what people are saying on X, by the way. By the way, I have I have one monitor in front of me and one monitor on my side. The monitor
I wish we can get Zach on here
from
or
me, I
some
look
other
at the entire
media
panel
people.
thing, and this one I look at, my comments. And I don't think
I have my camo off
Zach
because
can
I'm
come. I wish
respectfully
he could,
eating.
but I don't think he can. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't want to eat on camera.
Oh, some people are enjoying it. It's okay.
I just reposted you.
Don't worry about it. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thomas Kellig, New York is not following you. Great, thanks. Follow back. Oh, you have a lot of followers. Wow.
Yeah. I posted something and it took off quickly. Okay, we're still at 16%. Been like that for the last almost 10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We still. Oh, the full screen is much better. Oh, yeah, a lot of votes to come. The one good news for Ralph Norman is that a lot of the remaining vote are in areas where he's leading. Bad news is that there are still a lot of counties that are expected to go to Darlene Graham by a lot, which are not yet reporting.
17% in, and it's narrowing just by a point to less than a point.
Yeah, it's a 7%. It's a 7% race. Yeah, 7% race.
If we get down to like a 4-point race, then that's when we start to think. And honestly, I wouldn't call it yet either because it's been a very slow night.
Yeah, but I agree. I'm not gonna call it either because I mean it's still early. But what I'm seeing right
originally
now,
was thinking
I'm
that
leaning heavily towards Graham.
Okay. Wait. What
Unfortunately.
numbers just moved up? I'm trying to see.
Um,
Yeah, I'm leaning towards. I think
second.
she's gonna win by like between 5 and 7.
5 and 7. Yeah. So far, that's seeming to be an accurate prediction. Oh, we have new comments.
But a blowout race, I think she would win by like obviously
Oh,
18
gosh,
to
this video.
18 to 20. That's a big range. But I think that Norman does have a chance to win. I think right now it's like a 2% chance, maybe a little bit higher. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
be a little bit
I can
moderate. Maybe we'll make
check
it 5%.
that. Let me see what Polymarket is saying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, good news for a little bit of good news for Ralph Norman. I mean, Darlene Grimm was at 95.5%. Now she's at 92.9.
I mean, this is without
So,
Trump's endorsement, so, and the governor of South Carolina's endorsement. He's putting up a good
yeah,
fight.
exactly. He is for sure. Just although I did expect this race to be closer, and so far I'm not seeing that.
But the fact that only 17%
And by the way, in 14
is
minutes,
in,
guys,
and
we're going to see the first
we're
poll closings out of the state of Oklahoma.
already at the 8 p.m. hour almost Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an example of we need to fix our elections because this is insane.
I fully agree.
Okay, Graham just took
Yeah.
20. Oh, Graham just took a big dip.
Yeah, that was a big one. Where did that vote come from?
Now it's almost like a
I'm not
10-point
sure where
race.
that badge came from. Oh, it came
Yes,
from,
I only see them now.
yeah, I found out. Lexington County, which is one of the biggest, just had a massive drop. Graham won the drop by the way, 50% of the vote is almost in. Almost 50%.
Yeah, okay, so we're almost
she is
11
leading by
point race right now.
68.79. Yeah.
We're
starting to see like the
she
map
overperforming?
we're in. Let me see. It's
Hey guys, my prediction still stands. I
She
think
is massively overperforming.
she wins by 7 points, but I might have to up that. I think she wins by. If we're almost at like, what are we at now? Oh,
20% reporting.
We went up.
Yeah, 20%. I mean, 20% of the vote is.
Oh, I might have to change my prediction. We're currently at almost a 12-point race for Graham. She's winning by 12 right now, guys. That's. I think
Almost
what I
12,
said was
11 and a half.
5 to 7 points. I think that prediction. I think that she's gonna win by between. I'm gonna change my prediction. She's gonna win by 8 to 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
Between 8 and 15. The reason I say 8 is because it could go back a little ways and narrow, but right now I think I'm leaning towards that 15.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, I'm sorry, guys. I don't see it. I really don't.
No,
I don't see.
It's over. It's Joe over.
It's Joe. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see it, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Because let's look at the remaining vote. Like, Darlene Graham already has a 9,000 vote lead or so, 9,000 in the lead. Let's look at the remaining vote that we have now. What are the place of the greatest outstanding votes? It's Greenville. It's Horry. Not gonna make that mistake again. It's Charleston. It's Richland. It's Lexington. It's Aiken. If we look at the margins of each county with the biggest number of outstanding ballots, Graham is leading by 46 points, 18, 20. Actually, 18 is pretty good. 23, 37.6, 31.7, 28.4. Let's look at the biggest counties with greatest number of outstanding ballots that Ralph Norman is winning. 35.8 and 36.4. That's actually a pretty good result. But when we get here to Anderson County, 7.9, not enough. 9.9, not enough. 16.5, not enough. 10.6, not enough. 10.9, not enough. 9.6, not enough. And number two, these counties which are smaller, they seem like they don't really make a difference, but they do. Because Lancaster County, for example, this was one of the counties that Ralph Norman lost, but he best performed in for the gubernatorial primary. Darlene Graham is leading by almost 3. Kershaw County,
Yeah.
part of
It's Joe.
Norman's district, 20.
Oh, it's narrowing again. Oh gosh, we
yeah.
just keep these numbers. My these predictions are gonna be shifting, but I still stand at 8 to 15 points. I mean, 8 to 15 is the best bet because this race is still within a almost double
Yeah, where
digit,
did
but
that come
not
from?
quite.
I don't know where that vote came from. I'm trying to find out. It was not Oconee. It was not Pickens. Not Lawrence.
So when you think that she's winning by more, then he starts to get, and then the prediction shifts because I was saying between 15 points, but I think it's going to be between that 15 point, but I think it could be just a tidbit closer, maybe by 10 points.
Yeah.
If I'm being directly honest.
Yeah, I get that. What are they
We're only
saying?
at 20% of the vote, so I think it's going to be closer to, as of now, I think it's going to be closer to 10 points. And that's why a safe prediction is 8 to 15 points. What's your
For some
prediction?
reason, so far I have Darlene winning by around 10.
Okay, same page.
Maybe 8 to 10. But I could be wrong,
8
but
to
that's what I
10?
see so far. Yeah,
I think
8 to
I
10.
said between. I think I said before 8 to 15 points.
Yeah, that's fair. That's good.
That's when
That's
she
pretty
was
much what's
leaning
gonna be.
towards like 11 to 12 points.
Actually, interesting. For some reason, North NBC has Newberry County reporting, and the Decision Desk does not.
Hmm.
I don't know why. Okay, so I think the reason why we saw such a spike is because Spartanburg County just had a drop. Pickens County had a drop. Anderson County, I don't know if it had a drop.
So right
or not,
now
but
it's a little bit over 6.5 point race. At least it's calculated. So it might still
Yeah,
be a narrow
exactly.
night. It's still going to be probably narrow.
Charleston County, though, Norman is not doing
Norman
as
is
badly as he's doing in
almost
others.
at 47%.
Yeah, he's almost at 44%.
No, on Decision Desk is almost at 47.
Really? For which one? Oh, for the general. I
statewide.
was talking about Charleston County. Yeah. So, okay, so this is okay. You know what? This is good. Lee County, 78% is reporting. Graham is leading by 56.57. Let's see what Lindsey Graham got in the primary. So Lee County, the total was turnout was around, let's say, give it 900 votes. What is it in this race? 600. So turnout is either up
Graham
to
just went
par
up
or
by
a little bit lower.
Graham just went up by not even like a quarter of a point.
Do you know which county came in?
I'm not sure.
Oh, we're getting 68 viewers, guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is turning out to be a very successful one.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Let me see
Go
if I can-
follow Martin Media.
Yeah,
Go
follow
follow
Martin Media.
Nick.
We do a lot of these ones. Thank you.
Also, go follow me.
Yeah, follow Thomas Kellick NY and on X.
And follow
Great guy.
It's Martin Media on all socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we're live streaming both on YouTube and X. I'm just gonna send the link to your friends.
Oh no,
yeah.
I think it's Martin Media on YouTube.
Yeah, Martin Media on YouTube. Yeah.
I think that's the page name.
Okay, so 5 minutes until the polls in the state of Oklahoma decide to close. Mike Madsey versus Gentner Drummond. But while that doesn't happen, let's just keep focusing on South Carolina, where 22% of the vote is reporting.
Oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong thing. Had a county open. Got my hopes up. Not much is changing, guys. It's between 6 and 10 points right now.
True. Well, this is a Democratic.
I would say
primary.
it's leaning towards the 10-point more than it was the 15-point.
True.
I will say,
Okay,
without
so-
the endorsement of Trump, Norman is putting up a very good, strong fight.
True.
I mean, this
In
is still a
agreement.
narrow primary.
Yeah, true. So
This isn't a
shifting
blowout like I
apps-
would have thought a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I agree. So shifting apps a little bit here, as we can see, this is something that's concerning for the Norman campaign. When we look at the size of lead, Graham's biggest lead is in Horry County, which is, by the way, one of the counties with the biggest number of voters, Republican voters. I mean, it's Greenville and Horry, and she's massively performing there. And she's winning the most counties too, so seems like we had a new dump. Probably Cherokee
We don't
County.
have. We're not even at 30%, and it's already almost 8 p.m.
Yep, exactly.
This is pathetic, North Carolina.
South Carolina.
Sorry, South Carolina.
You're good. I
That's the
agree.
first time I've ever gotten the
Yeah,
two North
if
Carolinas
only- if
mixed.
every
The
state
two
could be
South.
like
There's
Florida.
2 Carolinas mixed up.
We all have. It's just a normal part of life for some reason. Getting the Carolinas mixed up. Isaiah, I'm sorry, because Isaiah's from North Carolina. He takes it very seriously.
Oh, and Reagan, I'm also sorry. Because Reagan's in North Carolina, too.
Yeah, Reagan Faulkner. Yeah, she's also North Carolinian. Which, by the way, I don't know what. I don't think Reagan can come, but it would be great if she could be here because she's a Carolinian, and so she would give some good input. But so far, unfortunately, it seems like Ralph Norman is losing.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted to see.
It's narrow, but he's losing. Narrow or
Yep,
not, he's
exactly.
still losing. So, my call, I think that he's going to lose between 6 and 10 points. I think it's going close to 10 points, if we're being honest. Right now, it's not closer to. Yeah, because we just got a little bit of a dip for Norman.
We just got a big dump. Okay, we just
Norman
got
just dipped
we
again.
just got a dump.
So as the race goes on, Norman keeps staying the same, and Graham keeps staying the same. But every time Norman gets a lead, Graham takes a lead. Every time, well, not a lead, but every time Norman starts to like narrow a little bit, then he loses that advantage a little bit, and then Graham slowly gains back.
It was an Horry County dump. It was a dump in Horry County. That's why his lead went down a bunch. And Graham is
Okay, not surprising.
Graham got a big section of it.
Still 6 to 10 points. I think 10.5 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said 8 to 10.
Now is our time to make a bet on Cauchy.
Nope, I don't like betting, but
no, I don't like. I don't do betting either, Nick. I was just kidding.
Yeah, I don't like betting. Yeah,
I don't do betting, guys. I don't do the political betting. I know. Probably some of our viewers do that stuff.
Interesting.
We don't condone betting.
There's a new drop out of Lancaster County, and Graham's lead went up by 1.6%. It was like 0.9 in the beginning. Maybe that's suggesting that the election vote turnout is actually going to Graham, which I didn't really expect.
Yeah.
I did not expect that at all. Union County is in Lawrence.
Do we have an age demographic and how people are voting?
I don't think so, but I believe that the northern counties are more. I'm not sure. They're more. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question.
Are younger people voting for Norman? Because she's more of like the. I would say less
Um,
establishment, but more of like
Let me check.
familiarity.
South Carolina counties by age. No, not that.
Okay. Oh, it narrowed again, guys, but it just keeps going up and narrowing. It's gonna do this all night. It's gonna be between 6
It's
and
up.
10 points. It keeps saying, and I really think so. I think
New
it's gonna be
dump.
closer to
Yeah,
still
new
10
dump. Where did it come
points.
from?
I mean, the numbers just keep fluctuating.
Yeah, where did the dump come from? I don't think it was interesting.
Almost
Where
at
does the
30% of the
votes come
vote,
from?
and we can't quite make a call yet,
Union.
but I think soon we might make a call.
Yep. I'm trying to see where that dump came from. I don't think it was from Anfield County. It was a massive one. Not Anderson, not Pickens, not Oconee, not Greenville. Still a lot of vote to come out of Greenville. Not Spartanburg.
Now, okay, now it's about an 8-point race. So yeah, I think it's gonna be closer to 10 points. Because as we go
I can
up,
see that.
we keep like Graham is, I wouldn't say gaining. It's just that more counties are coming in, and Graham is basically not losing too much traction.
Okay, here's something
Like,
good. McCormick County, 92% reporting. In the South Carolina's initial, oh my gosh, TNN pissed me off. In the original one, the total number of
does that
votes was
really say
was around.
99% reported vote in?
No, that was for Lindsey Graham. So
No,
McCormick
no,
County's
it's a
total,
funny joke.
yeah, with around 1,500. Right now, it's at around 1,200. So turnout seems a little bit lower than in the initial primary, which is expected. Actually, yeah, runoffs typically, I think they have lower turnout.
Like everybody, like when Graham is gaining, but what happens is she doesn't go up by much. Norman doesn't lose too much traction. He just doesn't gain enough to overtake Graham at all.
Okay,
That's
we have a
basically
drop.
what's
We had a
happening.
drop from Oconee County, and Graham, I think she gained on that one. Yeah, Coney County, I think
Actually,
Graham gained a
yes.
little bit on this one.
We're still at about almost
Yeah,
8 points.
yeah. So,
Okay.
oh, it's 8:03. I forgot. The polls have closed in Oklahoma. Let's see if we
Oh,
have
Graham
anything
just
yet.
okay. Was that the thing you were talking about? Or was it delayed on my screen?
No, just to warn that the polls have officially closed in the state of Oklahoma. It is 8:03 p.m. in the East Coast. Polls were supposed to close at 8, but still a while until the results start flowing. So far, the only results we have are South Carolina, which, by the way, small drop. Ralph Norman gained 0.03. Not a lot. %. Have any comments? No.
Well, a little bit over a almost eight
Oh,
and a
what's
half
up,
point
Tim?
race right now, guys. As we look at North Carolina, South Carolina, excuse me, I keep getting it mixed.
Yeah, Tim, you're right. Actually, I have not checked the betting odds. Let's see what they're saying.
And we don't condone
Yeah, the
betting,
betting
guys.
odds
We're
have
just
Darlene Graham at 99%.
okay. Yeah, they did go up
It's just
because
it's just
wasn't she at
it's just
like
an efficient way to see who you think is
56
gonna
and
win.
then 87%, and then
Yeah, it's almost
but the
at
betting
99.6%.
odds are still not a permanent dictator because we've seen this in past election nights. So we do not condone
Yeah,
betting,
I'm still gonna
guys.
wait a little bit.
Gambling is not good.
Yeah,
Ugh.
50% reporting in Georgetown.
This race isn't much of a. I mean, this
Kind of
the
Oklahoma.
percentage isn't really shocking me we haven't had a shocking big huge jump yet that's moved the needle at all much. I mean, it's really still
Yeah,
in
this is
Graham's
coming in
favor
very.
by a very narrow 8.5 point margin. So I think it is going to be close to that 10-point margin. Okay.
Yeah,
See,
I
guys,
agree.
and this is the most strangest election night I've seen, where the numbers just go 53, 46, 54. It keeps like going up and down, up and down.
It does
Like
that. No, they do
Graham
that.
is staying even, about even. Or Norman's staying about even.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Because you have one county, one area of the state that is heavily favoring Graham, and you have an area of the state which is reporting, by the way, which is heavily favoring Norman. So that's why it keeps fluctuating between like 10 and 7, 10 and 7, because they're dumping votes.
No,
Spartanburg County, for
100%.
example, Norman is doing pretty well in Spartanburg. See if anything's
How is
out of
she doing in her
Oklahoma.
home county?
Pickens, she's losing by
Yes.
17.5 points.
Wow.
Yeah, this was expected.
No, 100%.
Okay, we have the first results out of Oklahoma. Gentner Drummond has taken the early lead. Actually, let me. Yeah, let's go a little bit to Oklahoma for a second. Gentner Drummond has taken the early lead.
We're back to a almost 8-point margin. We were at an 8.5 margin, so I think it's going to be between that 8 and 10. I don't think that she's going to win over 10 points. I don't think that he's going to lose by more than 10. I think it's going to be closer to that 9.5 to 10.5. 9 points to 10.5 points. Maybe 11 points if we're being a little more moderate.
True. I'm in agreement. Oh, this is not what I wanted.
But 32% in. This is like watching paint dry. Actually worse.
Yep, exactly. It's taking forever. Okay, 31% of the state is reporting.
Florida?
Because Florida is just ultra mega based.
Well, they count the mail-in ballots faster than. I mean, even the mail-in ballots, they count them like right after they come in, and that's why people fear elections, because things take forever. Not saying primaries are rigged, because I don't think they are, but things take forever in like general elections.
True.
And they wonder why people are coming up with these theories of elections when. Yeah, that's for another day, guys, but that's just a little bit of a rant.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for another dump in Greenville County, because it's going to be
Let's go look in Oklahoma for a little while.
Sure.
Just to kind of like make time with.
Drummond has taken the early lead.
Is he the endorsed candidate?
No, Trump endorsed Mike Massey.
Okay.
Where is he getting the most votes out of? Muskegon
and I still
County?
I still have South Carolina pulled up.
Oh, Rogers County. You have what?
So I still have South Carolina pulled up.
Thank you.
That way I can keep you posted and if you need to switch back.
So there's a lot of votes out of Oklahoma City. The first votes are out of Tulsa. That's why Drummond is leading. He has a 10.5 point lead in Tulsa County. Yeah, Oklahoma is definitely like an interesting state, which I have not really paid close attention to. But let's look at the. Oh, here it is. Oh, they don't have the targets yet, unfortunately. Yeah, let's look at the targets and the counties that. Let's see if I can filter it. Can I? I can not. No. So Norman is leading in Oconee County. He is underperforming 2.1 points. Norman is leading in Chester County. He is massively underperforming. He was expected to win Lancaster County. He's underperforming terribly. Anderson County.
Not much has changed. Graham is still at like 54%, so you don't need to go back.
88%. Yeah, this is.
Oh, you're already on that. Okay. So they were still in Oklahoma.
No, I'm not. I'm just checking out the counties. Yeah, massively underperforming in Greenville.
The midterm night's going to be a very long, confusing, because we're going to be like looking at multiple states. We're going to be saying this county, this state.
Mm-hmm. Listen, and
20
here's the deal. Like, in the counties with the most votes, Darlene Graham is overperforming. She's overperforming in Horry County by 4. Actually, no, by 6. Excuse me. In Spartanburg County, a big Norman County, he's underperforming by 14. Anderson County, the third biggest one so far. I mean, Lexington's bigger, but Anderson has reported more. Underperforming by 13. Lexington County, Graham is overperforming by almost 2. Charleston County, actually Graham is underperforming by 3, but that's an anomaly. Greenville County, it's one of the biggest ones that I just talked about, underperforming by 10. Norman. So, yeah, guys, sorry.
Okay.
Aiken County.
Okay. Yeah, nothing interesting.
Anything?
She's currently leading by about 15,000 votes, I think. If we're talking about the actual bare numbers.
Okay. Another dump out of Horry County. Yeah.
She's
Okay.
currently
You know what?
leading by
I'm
about
doing it.
12,000 votes.
Thomas, I was gonna wait, but I'm doing it. At 8:12 p.m. in the evening, Martin Media can officially project Darlene Graham has won the runoff for the 2026 South Carolina United States Senate race. Repeating, Darlene Graham has defeated Ralph Norman, and she is the Republican nominee for the 2026 South Carolina Senate special election. Not special election. Yeah, not the news I wanted, but it's a news I have to report.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, hope for the best. Honestly, either way, people, please go vote for her in November. We don't know what margin she's gonna win by. That is still to be determined. Will this be a large margin, or will this be like between a likely or a safe margin for
And
Graham?
by the way, guys, let me explain to you how I got to that decision. So, but there's still a lot of remaining vote out of Greenville, right? Yes, true. But if we look at the amount of counties with outstanding ballot, they are easily going to choke out Greenville. And by the way, it's not a guarantee that Norman is actually going to win every single vote in Greenville, even though he's leading by a lot. We still have a lot of vote from Horry County, still a lot of vote out from Charleston, still a lot of vote from Florence, still a lot of vote from Beaufort, still a lot of vote from Lexington. So, and by the way, there are still counties like Dorchester and Jasper, which are very, very likely to go for Graham, which are not yet reporting. And once again, the decision desk targets, they just show that Norman is unfortunately underperforming way too much on way too many important counties. So, yeah, I'm calling it for Graham.
I believe the same. I agree with Nick. I think that she is definitely the winner tonight. Also, what will be determined is what kind of primary margin will she win by. Will she win by a lean or likely? I think she's going to win by a likely. I don't think she's going to win by a safe margin. I think she's going to win by a 10.5 victory tonight. But I would say that could be a little more. That could be a little too well, not conservative, more moderate. I think it's realistically like a 9.5 to 10.5 because the numbers they're not looking like a complete blowout for Norman by any way you want to put this, but it's not. He's not looking good for in winning. He's not going to win. It doesn't look like
Oh
he's
yeah.
winning this.
Oh no, absolutely not. And she's leading by 13,000.
Yeah, no, this is North
Unfortunately,
Carolina. We don't have any big
South.
vote drops. Not many
Yeah,
big
if we
cities in
look at
North
the
Carolina, South Carolina. I keep mixing
if
that up, guys.
if we're assuming that we're going to get an equal turnout to the initial primary, Greenville County, we saw, what is it again? 48, 48, 52. We got around 54,000 votes in total in Greenville County. Right now we have what? Okay, we have 7,000. So still a lot of votes to go, but I don't think Norman is going to have like
No.
47,000 votes just for him. I think it's going to be divided.
There's no way.
Okay, seems like.
How are we doing? Oklahoma update. Let's get an
Seems
Oklahoma
like
update.
the first votes have started to pour, specifically from Oklahoma County. Gentner Drummond is leading in both Tulsa and Oklahoma City. Quite shocking. Polly Market before this had Mike Madsey at 80% chance of victory. Oh wow! Little break. 100 people are watching the stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I deeply appreciate it. It's very important for me for Martin Media. Make sure to follow me on X, follow Thomas Kelleg NY on X as well. Follow me on YouTube, and let's keep doing this, guys. Thank you very much for your support. Anyway, back to the election. Seems like prediction markets now have Gentner Drummond at a 56% chance of victory, and Cauchy has him at 59. Still a lot of votes to go, so I'm not going to call it way too early, but not good for Mike Madsey, however you say his name. We're a little bit back to South Carolina. Do we have anything? We have not really, not a lot. Yeah, Lancaster County is at 91%. Let's compare this to the total in the initial primary. How much is the total? Come on, CNN. Total was of around, I'll give it 9,000 votes. What do we have now? Since 92% reporting. No, it's a 7,000. Yeah. Turnout is much lower in this election. So not good news for Ralph Norman because he's going to need a massive dump in Greenville if he even wants to be alive in this thing. Unfortunately. Yeah, still votes out of Oklahoma.
Do you think the margin will stay the same? Or
For
it could
which
go up
race?
slightly? For South Carolina.
I think it's going to go up slightly. Could be wrong, though.
Where do you think the ending
Richland
percentage could be?
I'm still at 8 to 10.
Okay. Same.
But yeah, Beaufort County. Yeah, pretty much what I did. What to answer your initial question, which I've answered quite a bit. Turnout is much lower in this election, significantly. It's like notably lower. Where's Kershaw? Dude, TNN. Kershaw. So in the first primary, we saw a total of around 6,000 votes. Kershaw County has ended counting. It's at 4,500. So turnout is 1,500 lower on this race. Let's go back to Oklahoma. So yeah, if you're just tuning in now, I believe it was at 8:14. Martin Media projected that Darlene Graham is the winner in the race for South Carolina Senate. I know, not something that we wanted to hear tonight. I mean, myself and most of us watching the stream probably were rooting for Ralph Norman. Unfortunately, not. I don't see how he's going to win. There's way too many very pro Graham counties against a hopeful dump for Norman and Greenville, which I don't think is going to actually happen. Anyway, let's see if you. Oh gosh, not this guy.
Yeah, it is not a good night for Ralph Norman. It's not a complete. I mean, I guess the margin could be way worse, but by any means, it's still not a good night. She's still gonna win by
Yeah, not
10,
at
by
all.
a little bit over 10 points.
Yeah, exactly. I expected him. I thought he could win, honestly.
I
But,
actually
yeah,
thought the
not a
same
very bad
thing
result at all.
because we've seen it before where for the base, the more Trump base, the media likes to make it seem like mega people hate Trump's candidates when that's not true. We just think that they're not enough for Trump.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's look at how. So there are 4 counties that finished counting. Every single one of them, Darlene Graham overperformed.
Wow,
The biggest one was Kershaw County. She overperformed by 16 points roughly.
that's impressive.
It is very impressive. Oh, another one just finished county. It was Hampton County. Darlene Graham overperformed by 17 points. No, 16 points exactly. Yeah.
But it's definitely a good night for the Graham campaign
Oh, absolutely.
and for
But
Lindsey
again,
Graham's
guys,
legacy.
this is a primary, so Darlene Graham won. So let's support her in November. Okay, we cannot allow the Democrats to take the Senate. Oh, look at that. We have a dump out of Greenville County, 56% reporting, and now Ralph Norman is within 3. Interesting.
Within 3 of the race?
Yep.
No.
Within 3. Mm-hmm. Within 3.
Okay.
But I'm not withdrawing my.
I still think Graham's
I'm
gonna
not
win,
withdrawing.
but this race is looking quite interesting, guys.
Yeah, for sure. But this was a big dump out of Greenville, and so 56% reporting. Let's look at how the target for Greenville is, because Greenville is I think it is the biggest county in this case. Yeah, Norman is underperforming by 10, actually 9.5.
Yeah, no.
He
There
needs
goes our
more.
hope.
Like, I'm
How
not trying
much
to doom, I'm
percentage
just being
left?
realistic. 44% left. It's 56% in.
Is there any
But
hope?
Well,
How would you?
58% of Horry County is in, and Horry County is way more pro Graham than Greenville is pro Norman. And there's also a lot of votes out of what was the county I was looking for?
Would you change the
Out of
margin though? So now I
Huh?
would say it's between a 6 and 7 point race at the end.
Could be,
I'm not
honestly.
gonna. I
Could
think
be.
10 points.
It could be
I
closer.
mean, at first I thought 15 points. So as the night goes on, what we're seeing, guys, is we're not really seeing a blowout. Like, as we thought this was going to be more of a closer to 10-point race, it's looking more of like a, can't believe we're saying this, more of like a 5-point race, or even a little bit less.
It might be
I mean,
bigger.
this race has narrowed from a lot from where we started.
Yeah, but it all depends on how much vote is left. Like, let me see on the what NBC is saying.
We have like 68 and
estimated remaining votes. Interesting. Yeah, there's around 32,000 votes remaining in Greenville, and combined, uh, so that would be the combination of, for example, Beaufort, Charleston, and Horry. So yeah, it's the thing with the Norman campaign. He's trailing by 7,000, and he needs to make them up in roughly one county. I mean, actually, no. York could be a good factor, but yeah, I think just Horry County being so pro-Graham just complicates things, dude. Yeah, and like one observation: look at how bipolar the election odds are. Like literally, it was Drummond a second ago, and now it's Madsey, and now it's Drummond. Like it keeps alternating. It's definitely not how I expected this race to go. But it all depends on what counties are reporting. Still a lot of votes out of Tulsa and Oklahoma City. But the counties on the border with Texas, Love County, Marshall, Bryan, Choctaw, McCurtain, they are all very pro Matsey, however you say his name. While the ones closer to, I believe it's Kansas, they're more pro Drummond. Let's go very briefly back to South Carolina. What are we looking at? Okay. Darlene Graham's almost, again, a 7,000 vote lead.
What are the
Yeah, the
odds if
outstanding
What are the odds if Graham temporarily takes the lead by like a very slim margin?
Graham or Norman?
I mean, not Graham, Norman.
Norman? Depends on how quickly the dump from Greenville goes on. I mean, if Greenville dumps some votes now and no other county dumps, then sure.
I mean, at least it's in Alaska, where they have a mayor.
Still
The
80%.
mayor is endorsing Dan
Dan Sullivan.
Sullivan. Did you hear about that Alaska thing?
Yeah, Dan Sullivan endorses Dan Sullivan against Dan Sullivan. Alaska will be Alaska.
I mean, let's not go off on a tangent, but what are your thoughts on that race? Do you think Dan's still going to win? Or people are going to get so confused?
Honestly, yes, I do. I generally think that Senator Dan Sullivan is going to win the race so far. Sure, Mary Potola got like 8% of the vote, 49. But a lot of people don't understand that in 2024 for the House race, first of all, primary races have a much lower turnout than the general election, like much lower, especially in
that's what a lot of people don't understand too, and that's what the pundits aren't saying.
And Thomas, let me ask you: do you know what percentage of the vote Mary Potola got in 2024 during the primary?
6?
51%.
I think meant points.
I'm talking about percentage. Yeah, Mary Potola in the primary in 2024, she got 51% of the vote. And she lost by 3 to Nick Begich, whatever say. Begich, I don't know how to say his name, in the November general election. So just because the primary says she's winning by a lot and the Democrats have the most votes does not mean that Republicans don't have a chance, especially Dan Sullivan, an incumbent with a lot of war chest funding on his belt. And by the way, we have a new dump of votes. This came out of Horry County. Darlene Graham is now at a 10,000 vote lead. Horry County 74% reporting. Around a 4% lead, race. And Isaiah's asking me if I called it. Yes, called it for Graham, unfortunately. So yeah, the dump in Horry County was very expectedly very pro Darlene Graham. She gained like 7,000 votes. No, not 7,000. She gained like 3,000 votes in a single dump. we have another dump. This was Oconee County now. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, seems like Oconee County has just made its final dump of the night. Darlene Graham is still at a roughly 10,000 vote lead. Let's see the target projection. How did they do? Oconee County, slight underperformance by Ralph Norman of 2.5 points. Cherokee County, another big Norman County, done underperformance by 16. Abbeville County, underperformance of 2.3. Pickens County, around 5.7%. So here is the problem for what's his name, for Ralph Norman. He is limited on the amount of counties he's winning. If you look at, like, roughly, Darlene Graham is winning way more counties than Ralph Norman is winning counties. Now, why is that a problem? Because Ralph Norman's counties, a lot of them have already finished counting. Abbeville County has finished counting. Oconee County has finished counting. Cherokee County has finished counting. There's a few more. Let me look back here. Yeah, Oconee, Cherokee, and Abbeville have finished counting. Pickens is at 92% reporting. Anderson is at 89% reporting. So not only is he very limited on the amount of counties he's winning, the counties he is winning, they're running out of votes. And some of them are very small. Like, for example, Greenwood County. Not a lot of votes are gonna come out of there. Greenwood County. Greenville, though, that's a different story. Greenville is expected to be a massive dump for Norman, but I don't think he's going to make up 10,000. Like, he's going to gain 11,000 votes in one sitting. Maybe like 6,000, but I don't. Actually, it could happen. Now that I think about it, it could happen. But even if he does gain like 12,000 in one dump, it's still going to like be stopped by the dumps in Horry County or Charleston or the remaining of the remaining of, what's the county I was looking at again? Oh yeah, Beaufort County. We still have Lexington, which still has a lot of vote to go. So Oklahoma, let's go back to Oklahoma. Mike Madsey is at 68% chance of victory. And there's still a lot of votes to turn out. 11% of the state of reporting. Gettner Drummond is leading by 5.9 or so. Anyway, back to South Carolina. Okay, we see another dump. Don't know where it came from. Anyway, 115 people watching. Once again, thank you very much, guys, for the support. It's really important. And subscribe to my channel and follow me and Thomas on X. Please, that would be greatly appreciated.
We finally have Sorry, my mic was muted. We finally have 65% of voting.
Yeah, we do.
This has been a long night. It feels like.
Yeah, absolutely. I expected it to be way shorter. And yeah, you weren't here when I explained this, so let me explain again. So this is the problem with Ralph Norman. He is winning way, way less counties than Darlene Graham is winning counties. And most of his counties, Oconee, Abbeville, all of these counties, Oconee, Abbeville, what's the other one? Cherokee, they're all finished county. Anderson's at 89, Pickens is at 92, Union is at 88. So he's running out of votes in the counties he is winning. And a lot of the counties he is winning and he's not running out of votes from, like Greenwood, there's not a lot of votes there. Lawrence, there's not a lot of votes there. So he's going to have to make up something very, very big in Greenville County. He's going to have to make something very, very big in York County. He's going to have to make something very, very big basically everywhere he's leading. and but most importantly, he's going to have to get some very positive dumps in counties where Darlene Graham is winning in. Why are the targets not there yet? It sucks. I want to see the targets. Yeah, Darling Graham is winning by 10,000. Greenville has 32,000 outstanding. 95, 95. Yeah, with simply Beaufort, Charleston, Berkeley, and Horry, and Lexington, just Darlene completely wins it. Ralph Norman, I don't think he has enough base to win. Yeah, but anyway, 65% of the vote recording. Thomas, what do you think so far?
I was texting somebody.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
I think the margin's going to be very. Oh wait, this is Oklahoma.
No, I was talking about South Carolina. I just decided to briefly see it.
I think the votes are 65%. I think the margin's going to be quite narrow. I think it's going to be much narrower than I originally thought. And
Yeah.
I'm honestly not going to put a prediction up right now. But I will say I think it's definitely less than 10 points. The fact that
right now
this
leading
race
6
was
to 8.
originally leading at 10 points and it dropped to like, what, 5-point race?
Mm-hmm. I'm between 6 to 8 so far. I think she's going to make up a lot of votes with the South. Yeah, like the counties that did finish counting, basically Darlene Graham overperformed in every single one of them. Every single one that finished counting, Darlene Graham overperformed. 66%. Yeah, Darlene Graham is almost at an 11,000 vote lead. Let's go back to Oklahoma for a second. Oh, it seems like Genter Drummond is still leading. It's going to take forever to count.
Yeah.
Still at 14% report.
And it's funny, Republican states take just as long as the liberal states.
True, for some reason. Oh, seems like we had a big dump. Where did it come from? Came out of Charleston. Darlene Graham is now leading with roughly 12,500 votes. Almost 5% lead after a dump in Charleston County. Still votes out of Charleston, still votes out of Horry, still votes out of Lexington and Richland. Yeah, still no dumps out of Greenville yet. I think most people who have not called this race, they're waiting for that dump in Greenville, depending on how good it is for Norman.
Yeah. Sorry, I was.
Very good. Somebody just
on X.
And Decision Desk has officially called the race for Darlene Graham. New call. Decision Desk has called the race for Darlene Graham.
Wow. Okay, Decision Desk.
Right here. Yeah.
Well, if race is officially been called by Decision Desk, then it's definitely Joe over.
Yeah, it is over. And but by the way, like for the one good thing about this, Martin Media has been vindicated, and I don't regret calling the election early. I called it with like 36% of the vote in.
Yeah.
And seems like we're right.
In the midterms, we're definitely not going to be calling races like this.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just
okay,
like
let's
calling elections
pivot
early.
to that real quick.
As a matter of fact, Isaiah hates it when I call elections early, but what can I say? I've gotten every single one of my calls right,
Yeah.
so.
What are your thoughts on the midterms? Do you think it's going to be a blue trickle? And you think the polls are
No.
going to be way off?
I think the Democrats are definitely being overestimated on the polls.
Exactly. I think there's no way they're winning by 7. I think the
Yeah.
generic ballot's way off. I mean, their own
Calorico's gonna
primary
lose.
polls.
Abdul El Sayed is gonna lose. Who else is gonna lose?
I think
Susan.
Hochul's going to win by 7 in my state because even the most liberal poll has her down by 10, has her up by only 10 now. And
Yeah,
this
exactly.
time, last time in the Republican midterm year, she was actually up by more. So the fact that a liberal poll in New York State has the governor candidate down by more than she was down in the polls in a Republican year in a Democratic year says something's off with the polls.
Yeah, I agree. No, there's definitely something off. It's specifically like when you look at it. Ken Paxton, he's gonna win. Listen, there's no way Greg Abbott is winning by only like 3 to 5. That's not gonna happen. I think Abbott is gonna win by at least 8. So I think Paxton wins by like 2 to 3. Susan Collins, I think she is very, very likely going to win. Polls in Maine have been terrible. Like, let me actually take a little side hustle from this and go to Real Clear
Polls
Politics, my favorite
everywhere
website
have
to
been
look at polls.
terrible. I
Where's the
think
archive?
it's gonna be. I
Yeah,
understand about the
exactly.
gas prices, but I really don't fully think that's gonna determine the midterms. I think it's gonna be by a state basis in certain states and certain
Yeah, exactly.
races. I think it's gonna be about character and about certain races. I think specifically New York's gonna be different than what the national environment is. And I don't know if you saw in the
Yeah, exactly.
unofficial
I agree.
chat, Politico is already writing hit pieces.
Let me see. Where is it? 2000.
Damn, they go back to 2008.
Yeah. Where is it? I'm
I didn't
looking.
even know Real Clear Politics was a thing
2024.
back then.
I think it was. I'm looking for Maine. Where is it?
Whoa, look how old the results look. Look how old that thing looks.
Yeah.
The interface is like so
Dude,
old school.
where are the polls? Oh, whatever. They're not showing what I wanted to see.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not
no, that's
showing what I wanted to see. Just
2026.
forget it.
Never mind. How are we doing margin
No, I
wise?
know. Just
Okay, she's still
because the
up
thing is,
by.
listen. In 2020, the polls had Sarah Gideon winning by a lot. Susan Collins won by like 8.6. So anybody saying, "Oh, Susan
Yeah,
Collins going to win," is
it's
going to
just like the
lose to
poll in
Troy
Kentucky
Jackson
that they thought
is
that Mitch
totally
McConnell was
wrong.
gonna lose. Isn't this like the same thing what happened in Kentucky, remember?
Yeah, they said that Trump was going to lose Arkansas because he was only leading by 2 in a poll. So people are taking
Oh yeah,
polls way too
remember that's the
seriously.
same people that had that Iowa poll
Yeah.
that was winning by what, 11?
Mm-hmm.
That was like pathetic. The most worst poll I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Okay,
Exactly.
so she's currently leading by a little bit over a little bit over 5.5 points.
Yep.
Oh wait, I just did some math wrong. Oh no, the number just went up a little bit for hers. Yeah, so we'll just. That's 5.74 points. Okay, so it is going to be a 6-point race. That's what that's what I've kind of been saying.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, there's another dump out of Horry County, another dump out of Charleston. So Darlene Graham's right now she has a 16,000 vote lead. Ralph Norman, I don't think he can even make 16,000 with a dump in Greenville. I just don't see it happening. Spartanburg is almost done. Yeah, they already called the race, so. Let's go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's still very slow. Like almost 20% of the vote is in. Gentner Drummond is leading by almost 4. Mostly because of his lead in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. Who's texting me? But interesting enough, the big counties, the ones with the most votes in total, they're all pro Drummond counties. Those being like Cleveland, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rogers, Payne. These are all the ones with the most votes so far. Okay, 20% of the vote is in. All right, quickly back to South
I was doom
Carolina.
scrolling a little bit in
73%
Twitter.
reporting. You're good.
Yeah, she just gained like a little bit over a point, I think. Okay, so this is closer to a 7-point
it's now
race.
at almost 7. Yeah, I initially said 8 to 10. But I changed
think
it
I
to
said
6 to
6 to
8.
10.
But let's see.
I said 6 to
I thought you
10.
said 8 to 15.
And
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, I did
No,
say.
it's okay. Yeah, I feel.
Well, because
Yeah, I don't
originally
think it's
I
gonna
was
be less
thinking it
than.
was going to be a
I think
15
less than 6.
because she was like gaining, but guys, tonight was a very narrow primary. I mean, she was endorsed by Trump, but she didn't win by much.
Yeah,
And this
exactly.
was a very low turnout election. I think she will
Yep.
do okay in November. Who knows if she's gonna get Graham numbers, Lindsey Graham numbers?
Mm-hmm.
This is easily gonna get confusing, like the Dan Sullivan.
I agree. But yeah, I don't think she's gonna have any trouble winning.
No, I think it will be like a, if not safe, a likely margin.
Oh, now we have Gentner Drummond at 66% chance of victory. But these things have been highly bipolar.
Yeah, they've been bipolar this whole entire election season.
Yeah, so in some elections, like Angie Nixon, she was not expected to win at all, and she won in Florida. Yeah, Gentner Drummond. The people tuning in right now, Gentner Drummond is leading by 3.5% with 22% of the state of Oklahoma in. Still a lot of votes to come out of Oklahoma and Tulsa counties.
How many people are currently watching?
I don't know. My thing says that there are 133 viewers on X, but I don't know how accurate that is.
It can be accurate.
Depends.
Not everybody comments, I guess.
Yeah.
Or that could just be people that have the tab opened or something.
Yeah, true. It all depends. That's why I'm not talking about it anymore. Okay, 75%. Nothing out of Greenville yet. Interesting. I'm just waiting for the Greenville dump because I want to see how close it's gonna get, and then we can.
How did
fully
my
shift to
earbuds
Oklahoma.
sound? Sorry for the background noise off and on.
No, you're good.
How did my earbuds sound the whole time?
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Everything sounded crisp?
It sounds okay. I don't have any problems with it.
They're not AirPods, they're like Galaxy Buds Pro 4, 3.
Oh, it's okay.
They're equivalent to AirPods. They're basically Samsung's version.
Just being a new dump in Oklahoma. Mike Matzi is within 3. It's almost at 3%.
This is a very interesting night, honestly.
Oh, for sure. But I don't. It's all going to come down to whether or not Matzi can
I
beat
think a lot
the
of people,
turnout.
let's be honest, a lot of people are on vacation from Oklahoma on the East Coast right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you see about a lot of Oklahoma people that are traveling.
True.
People are traveling. It's August. Who's gonna
Mhm.
really get out and vote in a runoff?
Yeah, exactly. Like people have things to do. It's not like that's why
It's
runoffs
not
typically
like
have lower turnout.
it's people are vacationing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trump doing that rally in Myrtle Beach did help her.
What?
Because the margin's not huge, so I think that rally might have helped.
Yeah, 80% of Horry County is in. 18,000 vote lead.
So the margin is slim, not a complete blowout. I mean, it really stayed the same all night, except when we had a little bit of glimmer of hope. When we saw that big narrow down to 3 points from like what 8 or 9 points, that was a shocker. When we saw Greenville come in,
Yep. By the way, where is the remaining vote? York and
I think
Greenville County.
Ralph Norman. I don't think he's done. I think he's gonna come back in a couple of years or so, for something,
Yep.
Senate or
I
governor,
believe it.
or maybe he'll just run in the House again. I've seen a lot of that before, where people
I
lose
agree.
and then they go back to the House. How old was he?
agree.
How old is he?
I'm not sure. Let me check.
I think he's like 60? 70s? If he's in the 70s, then he might just retire. How old is Ralph Norman?
73.
Okay. Yeah, so he might retire.
Probably.
Because he's only about
Oh, Mike Matzey has just gotten a very positive dump. He is within now almost 2.5.
Oklahoma is an interesting one tonight, guys.
Oh, for sure.
The Trump endorsed candidate's not doing so well, but Trump didn't really mention much about him.
Yep. I mean, Trump
Trump
won
didn't
in
throw a rally for him.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Cleveland County that's an interesting one.
These are all deep red states, so we all know how they're going to go in November.
Yes, true.
I should have been here when you were doing the Wisconsin primary thing.
And Wisconsin, I didn't do a primary coverage. I wanted to, but
I like that picture behind you, Charlie.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I got it at the memorial they held in September of 25. It was a magnificent day. I still remember it.
Yeah, it's coming up soon, guys. Very rough times are coming up.
I miss him. Yep,
Miss him
NBC
too.
has just officially called Darlene Graham as the winner of the race. Martin Media has been vindicated again, guys. I wanted Ralph Norman to win, but I'm kind of happy I did not make the wrong call. I got to be honest. Nothing is more embarrassing than calling an election early and then turning out to be wrong.
I can't wait for, I don't know if I'm going to be during that mega stream. I might come on after because I might be at like an election night watch party.
Mm-hmm.
I do live in a very, very swing district.
Yeah. In
After all,
Wisconsin?
New York decided the House in 22. I'm in New York 19. The total combined expenditure last year was $50 million in 2024.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
It's not as going to be as close. The Republican is. There is no incumbent Republican. He lost in 24. They ran an abortion campaign against him. They said that he was pro-life and that we could ban abortion, but sorry to get on a tangent.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm just hyped for the midterms. I just hope that it's a good night and that we're not
I am
exhausted
too.
because it's an awful night.
Yeah, it's
I'd
gonna
rather
be an
be
all night.
exhausted for good results than
Yeah,
be
it's gonna be an
exhausted
all
from
night
bad
for
results.
sure. True.
I don't think it's going to be a wave for either party. I think it's going to be a trickle. I think the Democrats have a
Yeah,
slight advantage.
yeah. Listen, yeah. Here's the thing. Like, America is way more polarized now than we were in 2018. So I don't think there's gonna be a wave either way. I think people are gonna like either be Republican, hardcore Republicans, or hardcore Democrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
if
they're gonna.
Trump can get gas prices temporarily down, I think that would change some things too. Not that I'm
Yeah, it
saying
all
that's a
depends on the
major
war with Iran.
factor.
It all depends on how Iran is being dealt with. And honestly, I know a lot of people don't like the war in Iran and understand some of the concerns, but we've seen some good news, especially with Iran now wanting to go back to their previous treaty. That kind of shows a little bit of desperation on their part.
After they threatened Barron and
Yeah,
Trump's family,
yeah, exactly.
they're not scared.
No, yeah, I believe that. So here's the deal. One of the things I most liked about this conflict was Scott Bessent's idea, which was destroying the Iranian economy. I think it was the most genius part of this entire war. Um, the fact that Iran is now claiming that they closed the Strait of Hormuz, which, by the way, isn't true. We've seen, I think, 14 million barrels getting crossed over through a canal that they built off the coast of Oman. Iran is not managing to control the flux of oil in the Strait of Hormuz as well as they like to claim. Number two, the fact that they're insisting on returning to the previous deal, which, by the way, they violated, shows that definitely the pressures we are putting on them economically are having a very big impact on popular view of the government. They could collapse. I mean, I'm not going to make any predictions because I'm not very familiar with foreign politics, but we're seeing good news, definitely.
No, we are.
Okay, nothing out of Tulsa
I
yet.
think I'm gonna get off soon.
It's okay. But anyway, yeah, recapping if you're just watching us. We just had the final Greenville dump.
Okay, so we're back to a narrow race.
4.5%. But we
That's
still have
pretty
remaining.
narrow.
Yeah, we still have remaining votes, and yeah, that seems like to be the close farm margin.
We might be vindicated, but if we get that prediction off by a couple points,
15,000 vote lead. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, Darlene Graham has defeated Ralph Norman in South Carolina, and now we're watching closely the race in Oklahoma, and it seems like Mike Madsey is getting close. He's almost within 1 point. We've seen. So here's the thing. Oklahoma is also showing some division. Like you see the east part of the state that's not. So the east part of the state, close to the border with this would be Texas. They are voting predominantly for Mike Massey, while the west part of the state, also some border of Texas, and the north, they're voting almost exclusively for Tremont. So that's a cool pattern. Target wise, unfortunately, they don't have it here. So, but I think it's all going to come down to 3 counties: Oklahoma, Cleveland, and Tulsa, because these are the biggest counties in the state by far. Like other counties don't even come close. But it's not about winning the county; it's how close each candidate can get in them. If the best way for Gettner Drummond to win this race would be for him to drastically outperform in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Cleveland. The way for Madsey to win would be to either win them or get close. So far, he's doing well in Cleveland. Oklahoma, not really, and somewhat. But it's all going to depend on the future dumps. 34% of the vote is reporting. Let me change the banner.
How long do you think you're gonna be on for?
30 minutes. I mean, I'm going to be on until when they call Oklahoma, I'm ending the stream.
Okay. I might be back on before you end the stream, but guys, I enjoyed
Okay.
being here.
Thank you for coming.
No problem.
Anyway, thank you very much, Thomas, for coming. It was really a pleasure, and I hope you come back again. Anyway, now, so we can see here, Oklahoma is taking a long time to count as well, just like South Carolina. Let me just update this banner. There we go. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I highly appreciate it. All right, 37. Anyway, let's see how close we got in South Carolina. Still some vote to come out. Still have votes out of Richland and Beaufort. A little bit of Ori, but most of it is done. Yeah, kind of a disappointing night if you're a Ralph Norman fan, like myself and Isaiah. But it's okay. It's politics. Okay, seems like we've just gotten a new dump in Oklahoma, and Mike Massey is trailing by 1. One's getting close. Oh, and the dump was actually in Tulsa, and Mike Massey was trailing by 5. He's now only trailing by 3 in, I believe it's one of the 3 biggest counties in the state of Oklahoma, voter-wise. The second biggest, the biggest being Oklahoma County, where Oklahoma City is located in. No, there was a dump in Oklahoma County. I believe it went positively for Massey. So the momentum is definitely good for the Mike Massey campaign. In the meantime, let's look on X to see what people are saying. I think there it is. Oh, crap. Sorry, Jaden. Got new news. Let's see. Yep. Yep, it's done. Anyway, back to Oklahoma. Oh, seems like okay. Big news out of Oklahoma. A new dump has just come out, and seems like Mike Massey is within 0.4% of Gettner Drummond. Where did the dump? It did not come out of. Wait, did it? Let me see. Oh, it did come out. There was a small addition in Tulsa, and Massey is getting close. Where's Cleveland? Yeah, this is definitely, the dumps are definitely getting more friendly to Massey. Probably because people are underestimating just how many Trump voters vote on election day, and remember, and once again, Mike Massey is the Trump endorsed candidate, but it's still close, and Gettner Drummond is in the lead, and it's all going to depend on the next ones. Let's see what NBC is saying about this race. No, what is this? That's why, even though I like calling elections early, I don't call them too early because you can never notice the trends in a state until, until you actually can view them with results. Yeah, so a lot of votes to count. And as I said, it's going to come down to Oklahoma, Cleveland, and Tulsa. Cleveland, not even that significantly. It's mostly going to come down to Oklahoma and Tulsa, by what I can see. Drummond is leading by a little bit less than 3% in Tulsa. If he wants to win, he's going to have to get that up. And Oklahoma, he's leading by 8. I think he was leading by 10 a while ago. Could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. Yeah, I see here at NBC, there's still the counties with the biggest number of outstanding ballots are Oklahoma and Tulsa. Oh, seems like we have a new dump. Yep, Mike Massey is now within 0.1%. Where did that come from? Yeah, here it is. That dump came out of Oklahoma County. He was leading by 8. Now he was trailing by 8. Now he's trailing by 7.4. So yeah, actually no, 6.4. Excuse me. So he gained quite a bit in Oklahoma County. And we also had a smaller dump. Where was it? Where's Cleveland? Oh, here's Cleveland. Madsey is now within 0.2 of that county. Do we have any? Yeah, Drummond. Okay, which are the counties with most reporting votes? Yeah, there's quite a bit. And most of them are pro-Drummond. I mean, some of them are pro-Madsey too, but a lot of them are pro-Drummond. Yeah, most counties that are finished counting are pro-Drummond. So that's probably one of the reasons why we're seeing such a great amount of Massey's voter share increasing. Go to full screen. See what people are saying on Discord. Yeah, for sure. Saw something that Radical Politics said, and I completely agree with. The election day vote is definitely more Massey favored. And speaking of which, Mike Massey has just taken the lead for the Oklahoma governor's race. That I'm not sure where that came out of. It's the remaining ballot. It did not come out of Tulsa. Actually, it could have come out of Tulsa. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it came out of Tulsa. But yeah, Mike Massey has taken the lead, and I genuinely think that Mike Massey is going to win now because, as I said before, the election day vote is going to be heavily favored towards Massey. I think the reason why people initially thought Drummond was going to win was because the early vote had come out for him in great numbers, but now that early vote is done. So the election day vote, I think, is going to go for Massey. But I'm not going to call it yet. Crap. There we go. Anyway, once again, guys, thank you very much for watching. It means a lot. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Martin Media. Keep watching. We're gonna make a lot more of these content, and in November we're gonna do the super coverage of the midterm elections. And seems like now Gentner Drummond has taken the lead. Wonder where that came from. Came out of Tulsa. Yeah, I think some votes out of Tulsa. Yeah, I think it was Oklahoma. Back to the old banner. Okay, 50% of the vote is in, and we're roughly so Gentner Drummond is leading by quite literally 38 votes, not 3,800, not 38,000, 38 votes. So quite literally a 50-50 race. Votes remaining mostly out of these counties. All going to depend on how well Drummond's going to perform on them. And to be honest, I think there are more rural counties outstanding for Massey than rural counties for Drummond. And by the way, he has just taken the lead. Another dump out of Tulsa, and this time it was very pro-Massey. This time leading by around, what is it? 367 votes lead for Massey. With 53% of the vote reporting. No dumps out of Cleveland yet. Yeah, pretty much. It's just going to be a race between these three. No dumps in Canadian County is very close, actually. Comanche County is also close. And I think it's going to get more pro-Massey as we go because, once again, the election night vote. Actually, let me look at the polls. I have no idea. Oh, there it is. Oh, as you can see here, the polls actually might have gotten it right on this runoff. Drummond and Massey are quite literally tied. Yeah, it seems like the race was within basically 5 points. Interesting. Seems like I was wrong. I said it wasn't going to be below 6. I was wrong. Interesting. I admit it. Anyway. Remember, guys, and this is just me talking to myself, it's okay to get result predictions wrong. As long as you can accurately say who wins, you're fine. Margin-wise, it's okay to get them wrong. I get them wrong a lot too, but sometimes I get them right. That's okay. And here it is, another dump out of Cleveland County, and it seems like Mike Massey has taken the lead in there. And another dump in Tulsa, Massey has gotten within 1%. Another dump in Oklahoma, he has gotten within 6%. Yeah, very, very good news for the Mike Massey campaign. Not very good news for the Gentner Drummond campaign. many people are texting me? Dang. Come on, Oklahoma. Let's count it faster, please. Yeah, still a few more to go. 55% of the vote is in. Let's see if they have polling. Yeah, I don't think this poll is accurate. Yeah, honestly, like the people saying Katie Hobbs is going to win by 14 in Arizona, they're just like, that's not going to happen. I mean, you can say she's going to win all you want, but she's not winning by 14. Like I'm saying, in a state Trump won, she's not winning by 14. Greg Abbott is not. It's not even getting below 5. Tallarico's not going to win. Okay, yeah. Here's the deal. Like, kind of off topic. How can you say that Greg Abbott is going to win by 3 and Ken Paxton is going to lose by 2? That's not going to happen. Like, I don't think Ken Paxton is. No, I don't think Greg Abbott is going to win by less than 5. So to say that Abbott gets 3 and Paxton gets and Tallarico gets 2, it's not happening. If that's what if that's what it actually is entailing, then my goodness, Paxton is going to win by like 2 to 3. Okay, back to Oklahoma. New dump out of Tulsa again. Depending on how well these dumps go, I might even call this election for Matsy soon. The current odds show he's at 76%. Yeah, but still a lot of votes to come out of these counties. And they're taking forever to count. It's incredible. Leading by around 800 votes. Anyway, it seems like Massey took the lead in Beaver. It's interesting. He won here. Such a weird race, too. Let's see how many of counties have finished reporting. Quite a few, actually. Now it's roughly the same. Yeah, Mike Massey has an 86% chance of winning. And it seems like there's a new dump. Now Tulsa is within 0.5, excuse me. Yeah, it's definitely getting close for Mike Matsey. Any comments? Nope. Yeah, let's see what NBC has to say about. Okay, honestly, I think they might call this soon. Like the momentum is on Mike Massey's side. Oh, I thought there was going to be another one. Every single time, like the page stops for a bit, that means there's another update incoming. It's updated 2 minutes ago. And Matsey is leading by about 1,200 votes. Oop, new one. Another dump. Yeah, this one was pro Drummond and Tulsa. but pro Massey in Oklahoma County. 64% of the state is in. Maybe it's going to be a reversal, but I'm not sure. Okay, 9:21. Last update was 2 minutes ago. Typically, updates come out around now. Let's see if there's going to be a reversal in Tulsa. The update should be coming any time now. Just waiting. Yeah, Cleveland County is at 90% reporting. Oh, new dump. Oh, this one was pro Matsy in Tulsa. Okay, so now the difference is around 1,600 votes for Massey in the lead. 65% of the state is in. It takes forever to announce these votes. Let's look at the comments. Kevin, are you Nick? Are you taking call-ins? Yes, if you would like to call in, that would be cool. Let me. Yes, I am taking call. So yeah, if you guys want to do a call-in, that would be cool. So yeah, Kevin, yes, I am taking call-in. So if you just DM me and I'll give you my number and you can call in. Sorry for not viewing this earlier. I was focusing on the results. All right, let's see. Yeah, this one was pro. This one was pro dominant, Dumont in Tulsa. But Cleveland County has finished counting, and it seems like Mike Madsey has won. Yeah, I genuinely think it's gonna be this race is gonna be decided in Tulsa County at this point. But it seems like the prediction markets, they're all siding with Massey after whatever happened here. Should be getting new results soon. Okay, so 68% of the state is in. Interesting. All right, it's been 3 minutes. You should be updating it soon. Oh. Okay, slightly pro. Nazi and Tulsa, not that big. Yes, it's a narrow one. Not seeing a lot. 70% of the vote is in. Let's see how South Carolina ended up being. No, 5% still, if you want to go. Muskogee County is done. Cleveland County is done. Still votes out of Comanche County. Major County is done. Votes out of Osage. Still votes out of Washington. Still a little bit out of Rogers. Probably why this election is still taking long. Okay, that was a pro Madzi dump in Tulsa. Nothing out of Oklahoma, surprisingly. Yeah, no, 72% is reporting. Yeah, it seems like she's just flip-flopping. Drummond is barely holding on to Tulsa County. And the lead still remains between 18 in an 1,800 margin. Still a lot of votes to be counted, especially here. Well, these counties are small. Yeah, these counties, they're small. They don't think they're going to make that big of a difference. I mean, Osage County could. Washington County could. Rogers County definitely could. But they're also close too. LaFleur County could. McCurtain County could. Adair County could. Delaware. Yeah, it all depends. Potawatomi County definitely could make a difference. Comanche County definitely could make a difference. So we're just waiting for the big counties. What's up, Tim? How are you doing? Say hi to you. But yeah, while we wait, just feel free to type in the chat and ask questions. We're just let's just hang out until more results come out, which, by the way, judging by how they've been coming out this evening, they're going to take a while. But I made a commitment to stay here until this race gets called. Oh, new one. And I have no idea where it came from. Right, 9:30 p.m. So the polls have been closed by around 1 hour and 31 minutes, and we're still not even close to being done. Especially since we're going at like half speed. Seems like everywhere goes. It seems like everywhere goes at half speed, except Florida. It's incredible. Everybody goes slowly. We go fast. Maybe we have the best. We went from like the worst voting system in the country to like the best. That's what you call Florida improvement. Okay, new one. Yeah, pretty much. Tulsa. Oh, small dump out of Oklahoma County, which was slightly pro Drummond. But Mike Massey won some support. He got some support. He's now at over 1,000, like 2,000 vote lead. Means more waiting. Yay. I love waiting. Just kidding, I don't. And we're 3/4 of the way through to the end of this election. But in election analysis terms, that's nowhere even close. You can only say you're close when you start getting into like late 80% reporting. And even then, that's a stretch. Anyway, let's see what we wait. Let's just go on X and have a little bit of fun, shall we? My For You page. Darlene Graham, Northern is one of the most undeserving GOP Senate. I agree with this statement, honestly. Like, listen, she's a nice woman. What can I say? She seems sweet. But here's the deal. She won because she got appointed by Henry McMaster and because she was the sister of the late Lindsey Graham, which, by the way, God bless us all. Am I trying to personally attack her? No, but I don't think she has quite the track record necessary to be a United States senator. Her positions on foreign policy, as by her own words, are they are missing. She doesn't have any. She doesn't understand. And in this specific context of time, you really need somebody who understands foreign policy, especially with the crisis in Iran and Russia and Ukraine and Hamas and with the tariff wars against Canada. You need somebody who understands and deals with foreign policy on a regular basis. She doesn't have that. So yes, I agree with crypto politics here that Darlene Graham is pretty undeserving of the Senate nomination, but the people voted for her, so can't do anything about it. Nice. Ralph Norman bitterly concealed. Oh, I did not see that. Yeah, I accept that. I don't like it, but I accept it. Well, I mean, what do they want him to say? That he loves Darlene Graham? I don't think so. Oh, interesting. That's to be honest. Like I've lost hope on these ceasefires. Like I want there to be a ceasefire, but they get broken so many times. And honestly, I think with Iran, the entire thing is they're trying to stall. They're trying to get on Trump's good grace because they know their economy is falling apart. So at this point, we should just keep holding, crushing their economy until they capitulate. What the heck is this? Let's see if we got anything out of Oklahoma. And kind of did. Ooh, it's close in Tulsa. But Drummond gained in Oklahoma County, but Macy gained in Tulsa. So take that as you will. It's still a 2,200 vote margin, and Massey is leading by 0.8%. So still too close to call. This update was 1 minute ago. W. This is great. This is peak. Right here. W. This is good. I don't know. There's a lot of Republicans who endorsed Kamala Harris in 2024. It does not make any sense. She was a horrible candidate. This is pathetic. So we have Cenk Uyghur here. Make America free again. And what does this guy know about freedom? He is one of the most authoritarian leftists I have ever seen. I mean, Cenk thinks that you should not be allowed to make money by your own work. He thinks that you should give a vast part of it to the government. Because why? Because being rich is bad. No. Yeah, this guy does not know what freedom is. There's another term that we'll use here, but I'm streaming and I want to be family friendly, so I'm not going to say it. Whatever. Kind of agree. Trump should have endorsed Ralph Norman, but it is what it is. Huh? Not really qualifying. What the heck? Yeah, the people saying Vivek Ramaswamy is going to lose, I don't get it. I think he's going to win, and it's not going to be super close either. This is good. Yeah, let's see if we have anything. And we do. Yep, it seems like Mike Massey has just flipped Tulsa County. With 50% of the county reporting and almost 80% reporting in Oklahoma. Almost a 1% lead. His lead is now almost getting close to 3,000 votes. Data 1 minute ago. Still have some path to go. Midnight, also Barrett. What's up, Rocco? Midnight, also Barrett admitted to betting on Graham 3 to 6%. Okay, Rich Barrett is an idiot. I don't understand how anybody takes Rich Barrett seriously. He is delusional. Well, President Norman was going to win. Listen, guys, let me give you some advice. Okay, you know what? Since we're on X, let me show you who this guy is. This moron right here. He has the worst takes possible. So yeah, Lane D like Florida 14. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, buddy. Totally. The talk is not good for Darlene. Charleston GOP royalty went in for Ralph. What do you mean went in for Ralph? What do you mean went in for Ralph? What? I don't know, but these are people who make Charleston joke. These are, dude. Listen, Rich. I wanted Ralph to win. Okay, I wanted him to win, but I'm also realistic. Does not look strong for Darlene. What do you mean it does not look strong for Darlene? What the hell do you call this? Quit whining, check myself. It's a greater. Oh my god! Why is it with all these people and making everything about Israel? I really don't understand. Yeah, Rich Barris just he makes the worst predictions possible. I mean, Rocco, betting on Graham 3 to 6%. Graham, as in what's his name? Graham Plattner? No. I gotta check this. I gotta check this. There's no way this guy actually does. Plattner. Oh, okay, I haven't seen that. But I mean, dude, if he genuinely said that Graham Plattner was going to win between 3 to 6%, there was just no way he was going to lose by 10, maybe more. I'm willing to say that. He's going to lose by much more than that. Okay, so yeah, it's getting close. Oklahoma is still going German's way with 81% of the vote reporting now. Yeah, I don't know why people take Rich Barris seriously. He's a joke. The guy is a total joke. But I'm not going to rant too much. Okay, 82% now reporting. Macy's lead went up in Tulsa. Dude, I feel like it's... Yeah, I feel like the turnout is not going to be that different between Oklahoma and Tulsa. Like, Macy's doing great in Tulsa County. Drummond is increasing his tally in Oklahoma. So, it's... But pretty much, yeah, I would say that the rest of the counties kind of cancel each other out. So, it's all going to depend on how well Macy can counter Gettner Drummond's lead in Tulsa. People are saying he already won, but I'm going to wait a little bit on that. I'm going to wait for some definite stuff. Let's go back to X while we wait. Ow. I was itching. Oh. He's texting me on just heard a Discord DM. By the way, thank you guys very much for watching. We're getting like record high amount of viewers tonight, which is awesome, and I highly appreciate each and every single one of you. Like I really do. I mean it. Oh, seems like we've gotten another dump. Macy's lead is up in Tulsa, and Macy has gotten closer in Oklahoma. 83% of the vote reporting. So leads by 1 and 3,000 vote lead. Honestly, I might be getting close to call this election. Yeah, still some votes out, but yeah, it seems like the election was within 4 was within 5. Interesting. I initially projected 8 to 10, and I was completely wrong. I admit it. Wow. What? Yeah, J.K. Rowling getting angry at people. Justifiably so. Nobody cares, Joe. This is so funny. Girl got 1% of the vote. Oh, new dump, and seems like now Mike Matsey is leading in Tulsa County by 1%, by almost 1%. Oklahoma County is still about 4. 83% of the vote is in. Yeah, it's now the lead is increasing. Tell you what, if it gets to 90% of the vote and he's up by over 1%, I think I might as well be ready to call it. One second, somebody's texting me. Right, seems like we have a call in soon. And some more people we need to watch. That 80, again, repeating for the audience, 83% of the vote is in. Mike Matsey is leading with around a little bit over 3,200 votes. And speaking of which, we just had another dump that came out of, I think, Oklahoma. Yeah, that was a dump out of Oklahoma, and it was positive for Gettner Drummond, but still a 3,000 vote lead for Mike Massey. All right, so everybody, this is one of my friends. He's calling in. Kevin, come to the stage. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. I just want to make sure. Can you hear me well? I have the AirPods in right now.
Yeah, I can hear you well. What do you think of the scenario so far?
South Carolina or Oklahoma or both?
What your thoughts on both of the races?
Okay, I'm gonna give me just 1 second. I just want to adjust something.
Sure.
All right, sorry about that. So, South Carolina, disaster, utter disaster. We have a lady who only won the primary because of the sympathy vote, and I'm not talking about like simps, like
True.
suckers, whatever. I'm talking about like she only won because her brother that was the senator died. That's literally the only reason. Now, like, of course, like you want to finish their term or like live out their legacy, but this is, if I'm not mistaken, I did look this up. This is for this full 6-year term, correct?
Well, kind of. There was going to be an election this year anyway.
Right,
yeah,
right. So
this
was a regularly scheduled election, but then the primary runoff tonight happened because of the passing of Lindsey Graham. Is what I believe happened.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because Lindsey Graham won the initial primary.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so let me just get back to the topic. So I didn't follow that election much, I'll be honest, but I did start following it recently mostly because I saw her do an interview where she was, or a forum, or I believe it might have even been a debate with Ralph Norman. Basically, I believe it was a question of national security or even foreign policy. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that specifically. But she was asked a question, and then she said, "I don't know much about that topic, so I'm just not going to answer." It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like a
It's not a
U.S.
good answer at
senator,
all.
for a
That's
U.S. like
concerning.
this isn't just like the remainder of like for example, basically this isn't just like 2 more years in the term. This isn't this isn't like a few months. Like this is for 6 years, the full on Senate term. She's going to be a United States senator, and she just does not know how to answer a basic question.
I
Like
agree
this
with you.
isn't like, oh, like what is the velocity of a missile going over a certain country? Like no, this is like what are you going to do? How are you going to vote when you're in the Senate?
True. Yeah,
And like
it's a good
I'm
point. I mean,
rambling on about this. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, I watched that debate. I think it was. I don't think it was necessarily like upsetting. It was concerning
Yeah,
because we are at a time where foreign policy is essential to our country's future. I mean, we have a crisis with Iran. We have the wars
yeah,
between Israel and
Iran,
Gaza. Russia, Ukraine.
Gaza,
We
Russia,
have a
Ukraine.
tariff war with Canada, potentially with
Uh-huh.
Brazil. We need people who understand foreign policy. If you don't know foreign policy, then how are we
Wait,
supposed to
actually,
be
sorry, I don't
safe?
mean to cut you off. Was
World
the
safe?
question
No,
about
go ahead.
foreign or domestic policy or
It
national
was foreign
security?
policy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mixed it up with national security. But you're right. Like we have all these foreign policy issues. Like you mentioned the free wars, you mentioned the trade wars, and it's just like I okay. Let's. I'm gonna not repeat myself, but based off of merit, like she does not deserve to be a United States senator
I
at
agree.
all. I would get it if it was like he like I'm not whatever, not gonna make hypotheticals. It's she's gonna be in there for a full 6 year term. She's gonna be one of the deciding votes for the last 2 years of Trump's term. And we like know what do we even know about her, like other than the stuff she said since she started running? Like not that she has like a shady past, but like what like there's no record. Like Ralph Norman is still an incumbent House rep. Unfortunately, he's going to be out, but he
Yeah.
has a record. He has experience. He has knowledge, and like so the state of the Republican voters of South Carolina, like obviously it's their state. I can't tell them what to do. Like I don't live there. I never lived there, but in my opinion, it's a mistake because you had
Oh,
Ralph
absolutely.
Norman, an experienced congressman, a good congressman, I believe too, and they basically voted for her because they felt bad that her brother died. It's like I know that sounds like cruel and like not crass, but like
That's true.
whatever. But that's like what else? What other reason did they vote for other than that her hyphenated last name is Graham?
I agree. Honestly, it sounds cruel, but that's true. That's just the truth, and
Like
the
and
truth
like I
can
would
set you
say
free.
the same thing. Like I would say the same thing if it was like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna say a name, but like if some senator from deep red state, like Alabama, passed away, and then like their brother or like whatever was like running for that seat. Like it's not like basically what I'm saying. It's not because she's a woman. Like that has nothing to do with it. Like
Yeah, I agree.
it's just like literally like you are putting her in the United States Senate for a full 6 year term, and we know like almost nothing about her. Like we have
I
no
agree.
idea how she's gonna vote, and we have no idea how she's gonna be with the next president, whether that be Republican or Democrat. Like she could end up being like who was that one senator recently that I believe it
Tom
left?
Tillis.
Tom Tillis.
Tillis.
I wasn't thinking of him, but she could be like Tom Tillis. Well, there was one senator that lost or got out recently, like in 2024. I forget. She could be like John McCain, for example, and like
Mitt
just like
Romney.
complete. Yeah, exactly. No, Mitt Romney. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. She could just be another Mitt Romney that just gets in
Potentially.
because she had the president's endorsement, if I'm correct, right?
Yes,
Trump.
she did.
So she got endorsed by Trump. He vouched for her, and the same thing happened with Romney. Now this was like a
Absolutely.
whole completely different state. Were you going to say something?
No. Just listening to you.
Sorry, I thought I heard something. But no,
No, you're good.
she's just like let me be careful. I'm not gonna say anything offensive. I'm not planning to, but
No, you're
it's a
good.
sympathy vote. Like what was the most recent case? Like I don't even remember. Some senator passed and then like oh dang it. So I'm just saying this as an example. I'm not saying this is the same situation, but for example, Julia Letlow, unfortunately her
Yeah.
husband passed. I heard he was a great congressman, great record. They voted for her. Now she's doing great. Like this is like completely different. She's doing great. She knocked off John Fleming, beat him in the primary, beat him in the runoff. That's one less rhino.
Hmm.
That's great. So I'm not saying that I'm not even suggesting that I forgot her first name, but Graham that just won the primary is going to
Darlene.
be a terrible senator. Darlene, all right. I'm not even saying she's going to be a terrible center. I just think like we don't know what we're getting because with Ralph Norman, like I don't know what his voting record has been like recently. I haven't really kept up with that like since like 2022 or something. I just know like he had great numbers, great ratings. I think Numbers USA had him like A or A plus, somewhere in the A, I believe, back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. This is like a while ago. But that on topic, like if South Carolina voters, Republicans voted to nominate Ralph Norman, we would have known what we were getting. Like this guy has a record. This guy has well, basically he has a record. Like we can literally look up his votes and say, like, okay, this is how he was in the House. This is how he's probably going to be in the Senate.
I agree. I'm in
Um,
full agreement with you.
all right. What is it? I've been talking a lot, so if there's anything you want to say, feel free to.
No, all good. All good. So yeah, pretty much.
I think we
Um,
should I like move on to Oklahoma unless you wanted to say
sure.
something.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Oklahoma. It's actually been pretty close right now.
Let
Mike
me try zooming
Massey
in.
has
Oh, that's a close race.
0.86% lead. He's
That is
leading by
super
around
close.
2,800 votes, give or take.
What are the key
Tulsa,
counties like OKC?
Oklahoma County, and Tulsa County.
Yeah, that one.
Those are the counties that will decide the election. Here's the remaining outstanding
Oh,
ballots. Have a few pro Drummond counties, Kay and Osage, and a few pro Macy County like Stevens, Canadian, Adair, and Delaware. But they're minimal compared to Tulsa and
um,
Oklahoma.
yeah, Tulsa and
So
OKC,
far,
those are
it's
the big
looking good for
ones.
Massey though, because if we look at like the results
Mm-hmm.
and the margin in general, let me go to the margin.
Yo,
Um,
yeah, that's a lot of yellow.
Drummond is leading in Oklahoma County
Mm-hmm.
by 1,200 votes, and in Tulsa
Mm-hmm.
County, Massey is leading by
Yeah.
145. Total, he's leading by 2,900. So if he continues like holding the line in Oklahoma, with slight votes from Tulsa, even if like Drummond wins Oklahoma and like wins 1,000 more votes, Massey still wins the election. Drummond is going to need like a big dump from Oklahoma, and he's going to have to take so. Tulsa, I think it's going to be hard for Drummond to win without taking Tulsa County, especially since I don't think he's going to get that big of a dump in Oklahoma. The remaining vote is going to be election day. A little bit of mail in, but mostly election day,
All
which
right.
is being good so far.
So obviously, like I don't mean to state the obvious, but it's like going down to the
Of
wire.
course.
This is head to head. Well, obviously it's head to head, so there's not going to be like a runoff or anything.
This is the
Honestly,
runoff.
oh, this is. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I just like
You're
did
good.
not read up on Oklahoma's primary at all. So
Me neither.
all I really know is that Kevin Stitt or whatever. I know it's Kevin. I just forget how the
Yeah,
last name. I
Kevin
think it's
Stitt.
Stitt.
It is
I
Stitt.
heard he's not that popular, or at least he wasn't in like 2022 because he didn't like get close to losing, but the margin, especially for what should have been a red wave or like a red election, just wasn't great.
Yeah, I think he was pretty unpopular, but I'm not sure. I don't know much about Oklahoma
But
politics.
so obviously, like he's not on the ballot. He's term limited, possibly. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
Oklahoma, but I I forget which. I saw a clip literally just like an hour or two ago from one of the candidates and they said something in regards to immigration. I just forget which one it was. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember. I apologize.
Because like I just have not heard about this. I'm like honestly I'm surprised. This like I just didn't even know that this was a runoff that was happening tonight, which like is on me because I hopped
Very
on the
good.
stream call, but I don't know. So Oklahoma is this pretty red state. It's been red federally since what 2000 at least, if not 90.
Oh, I think more than that. It's
Did Bill Clinton won? I don't think Bill Clinton won
I don't think
Oklahoma.
he did. No,
No,
I
that
don't think he
doesn't
did.
sound right. So it's been a state that's been red on the federal level for decades. On the state level, I believe it had a Democrat governor as recently as the '06 election, if that's even right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay, so
let me check.
it's like one of the
The
southern Dem holdouts, if you consider it southern, I believe. Well, not really
the
a
last
holdout.
time Oklahoma voted blue was in 1964.
Oh, for a wow. So
Lyndon
it's a
Johnson.
long time federally red state.
Yeah, very
Um,
reliably Republican.
Can you look up the '06 governor's election? Because I just don't remember if that one went blue or
Sure.
not.
2006. Okay, governor. Let me
And
check.
I would do it myself when I'm on my phone and like a
You're
StreamYard
good.
gets real funny.
It did go blue by a lot. Brad Henry
Yeah.
defeated Ernest
Ah,
Woodstock.
yes. Because like when I was in high school, like had a lot of time on my hands. I'd look up those random governors map.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see Oklahoma going blue at all in this governor's race. I don't even know who the Democrat nominee is. I doubt they're gonna flip Oklahoma all of a sudden.
I agree. Well, 90% of
Um,
the vote is reporting.
90%. All right, I'll let you cover that.
No, nothing much. 90% is reporting. It seems like Mike Madsey has a
Oh wow.
2,735 vote lead. Very narrow margin in Tulsa. I don't
Yeah,
know where
that's not. Yeah, that's like that could still go either way, right?
it's way too close. It's way too close.
Yeah, too close to call. Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
did
the
Trump
prediction
make an
markets say
endorsement in this race and on the
he
Republican? Well,
did.
obviously on the Republican.
Trump endorsed Mike Madsey.
Messy. Okay, so he has that going for him. Do you know about like the congressmen's endorsements from Oklahoma?
I'm not
Like how
sure.
they endorse in this?
I just know
Okay.
Trump's.
So obviously Trump's endorsement holds the most weight, but I don't remember. There was one primary, it might have been for a House seat where Trump endorsed a candidate and they ended up losing. I don't remember which state that was though.
Georgia,
Georgia sounds about right.
Rick Jackson.
But oh that's a governor's race.
Yeah, he won, I think. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Rick
Wait, Trump
Jackson won, I think.
endorsed. Oh yes, Trump endorsed Burt Jones, if I
Yeah,
believe. Is
Burt
that right?
Jones.
Yeah. So that was kind of an upset, but honestly, not so much a shock because I believe Rick Jackson had the money going for him.
Yeah, he bought the election,
Uh,
basically. Nothing wrong with
yeah,
that.
like unfortunately, it's just like I'm not saying like Citizens versus what is it FEC versus Citizens United should be overturned, but like the way elections are now, it's like you could quite literally buy an election, not like the presidency, not even a Senate race. To an extent, you could buy that.
Oh, true. I fully agree.
There's hold on. There's a comment on YouTube.
Prediction
It's
markets,
like,
though. You're still on. Yes, I am. Thomas, what's up?
oh, it's pretty late for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah, but
too
I've made
late.
it. Yeah, prediction markets are saying Mike Madsey has a 99.4% chance of victory. I'm still careful.
I don't know because it's like it's just so close, and prediction markets are just like people betting.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't want to call this yet.
Yeah, like I mean, if someone did call it, like not like a news organization like AP or whatever it is, like Decision Desk also calls races. I believe you're on Decision Desk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to be sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I just like honestly don't know almost anything about this race. I'll just be honest about that. But
It's
I don't
okay.
think this race really holds that much weight on a federal level because it's like Oklahoma's a
No.
red state. They're just going to do what red states do. Now, if this governor turns out to be like what there was like this one like what's it, Phil Scott, but that's in
Phil
Vermont.
Scott.
Like that's like a
Yeah.
one-off.
Like Mike DeWine
Um,
in Ohio.
oh crap! I totally forgot about the wine. Wait, did that primary already happen, right, for Ohio's governor?
Yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy won.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's right.
Casey against
Amy
Casey Butch,
Acton. Amy Acton versus Vivek in the general.
which, by the
Honestly,
way,
do you
Nick
want to talk about
Fuentes
that?
endorsed her for some reason. I don't know why people
Oh, the
support that
Vivek.
guy. No, Nick Fuentes endorsed Amy Acton.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not gonna go
Mhm.
like that deep into Nick Fuentes right now because like obvious reasons, and he's not really that relevant anymore. But
He's a moron.
yeah, he's just like he like completely lost all credibility when he told his voters to either stay home in the 2024 election or just to go vote for Kamala to stick it to Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I remember
that election. Like I'm not saying it decided like where a country, like the future, like the absolute future of our country, but that election was unironically like they keep saying like in each presidential election, it's the most important of our lifetime. At least they've been saying that since 2016 or so. But that election, we would have had, let's just say, the only thing that changed was a president's race. Like the House and the Senate would have been the same. If that
True.
happened, we would have had more executive orders than any other president in history.
Yep, I agree.
We would have had an executive order for trans whatever day week, honestly, because when Biden was president in his last year, he declared Trans Day of Visibility on Easter of all days.
I remember that. It was pathetic.
And like honestly, you can't really expect much from Biden, but like to do that on Easter of all days, like what people consider like what the most holy day in Christianity, if not one of the two most, the other being Christmas, like that is just abhorrent. And
Yep.
like obviously we're like this is like about Oklahoma, South Carolina, but it's so important to recognize that like people like Nick Fuentes are just bad faith actors. Like if they don't get their way or like they don't get what they want, like even in personal life, well I can't comment much on that, but like I'm not gonna get into like the lore of Nick Fuentes, but like one of his
I get it. It's
closest
okay.
friends, Jaden McNeil, he was like one of his I'm not gonna say his right hand man, but one of his good friends just like decided like, oh, I'm not gonna be a groyper anymore. I just like don't agree with what's all the things. And then Nick Fuentes just does a full 180 on him, which I believe is relevant because you see in politics,
Yep.
like people will just stab each other in the back. Like Mitt Romney just did a full 180 on Trump. Tom Tillis is just I don't even know what his deal is. Like
Yep.
because if
You're right.
anything, Tom Tillis should be voting like what's the senator? Tom Tillis should be voting like Ted Cruz at least, because Biden was the one that screwed over North Carolina when that hurricane happened.
True.
But instead, he's got it out for Trump because of what? I can't even remember, even think of anything. Like what?
The
What
one big
has
beautiful
Trump?
bill.
Oh, the OBBB. Yeah, that. And
I
it's
don't know
like,
why. I like the bill.
like I understand, like he has to, well, he's not even running for reelection. He's retiring now, but when he was, it's like you have to realize like these and in regards to North Carolina, the Senate race, I'm not saying it's gonna go red, but these people have to realize it has not voted blue in a federal election since Obama's first run, 2008.
True.
It voted for Romney, Trump twice, Trump 3 times. Let me correct myself. Even in 2020, amid all the COVID, all the mail-in ballots, everything going on, I'm not even going to mention that one thing that I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't like. North Carolina still voted for Trump in 2020,
Yep.
and it voted for Tom Tillis in 2020. They did not vote for a Republican governor, but that's a state level election. And like these people, like it's like they want to compare Roy Cooper's governor's results to it and copy that and paste it onto a Senate election. It does not equate.
Yep. I agree. When you
And
vote,
like
you
that's
dump out of
another
Stevens
thing. It's like
County.
people. Oh really? Well, how's it looking?
Yep, new dumps out of Stevens County. Now Menzies lead went from 2,699 to 2,738.
Yeah, 2.7K.
So a 39 vote gain.
Okay.
Yeah, Stephen
But
County and K County are going to cancel each other out. It's all going to come down to
fair.
Tulsa and Oklahoma.
But
92% reporting.
I've been doing a lot of rambling, but I like really want to drive the point down that these, what is it called? These local elections, governors, attorney general, whatever it may be, they do not equate to federal elections like U.S. Senate, president, especially because what is it? In 2020, North Carolina voted for Trump and Tillis and Roy Cooper. Does that mean like
Yep.
Roy Cooper some sort of electoral juggernaut? No, not at all. Is he a good candidate? Yeah, he's a good candidate. He has the name recognition. He has experience. He has fundraising, but it's not a shoo-in. Like these people like are like putting out. Well, these polling organizations are putting out polls that have them up like 7%, 10%. I don't even know the latest numbers. It's like I'll say this: he might win. He probably will win. I don't know. Honestly, don't know because I just don't know North Carolina. It's a tricky state, but he's not going to win by 7%. He's definitely not winning by 10%.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, he's not winning. Yeah, the same few people who are saying that Mary Portola is going to win by like 5 in the Senate.
Oh,
That's
it's a
not going to
joke.
happen.
And like I know you
I
know
think
that
she's gonna
one
lose.
guy. She's definitely going to lose
Who,
because it's
Rich Barris?
Alaska. No, it
Who,
was
Rich Barris?
someone we well, I honestly don't follow him, but I'm pretty sure he has said that. Like I just like stopped caring what that guy's been saying for like a couple years now because he's just a nut job. But you have like actual people, young people who are in politics that think, oh, Mary Pelota's gonna win because the polls say she is. I will bet money in October when it comes to, well, I shouldn't, but like I will literally like let's just speak in theoretically and whatever. I will bet money that Dan Sullivan does not lose to Mary Pelota. It will not happen.
Yes, well, I agree.
And like
I don't think she's
the
gonna lose
whole
either.
other Dan Sullivan thing, the whole that's not gonna work. I just don't believe that works. No, because it's literally gonna say Dan Sullivan incumbent. I'm pretty sure that's how they already had it on the last ballot, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So, quick new results. There has just been a big dump in both Tulsa and Oklahoma counties. Now Massey's lead has shrunk into, what is it, 2,355. It was 2,730 something. So shrunken by 300 or so votes.
Oh, okay.
But he's still leading by
right.
2,300. I'm going to be honest
How
with you.
much? Sorry.
I'm going to be honest with you. If there's after the next dump in both of these cities, depending on how they are, I think I'm ready to call this because
Yeah.
sure, the dump was very favorable to Drummond, but it was not nearly enough on what he needs. He's going to need
Yeah,
much
hold
more
on
than
a
that.
sec. I'm gonna mute so you yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, but pretty much no, you don't need to mute yourself. So 94% of the vote is in. Tulsa, Massey's leading by 1.4%, or around what, 62 votes. Oklahoma County, Drummond has a lead of around, what is it? I don't know. 1,900 and no. 1,876. Yeah, 1,876 votes. 81% of Oklahoma's reporting. 81% of Tulsa is reporting. They have roughly the same amount of votes in this election. So pretty much, let's do a little calculation here. Let me get Kevin. You can speak. I'm just going to do a quick calculation. So that's going to be the same. 42%, 43, 400.
All right, yeah. I am mute, so like it was just like I just did something quick, you know. But
So
what is it?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, what I was gonna say is, hypothetically, let's assume that Tulsa County is gonna be equal like this all night. It's all gonna come down to Oklahoma County. Right now, there are, based on what they're reporting, there are around 1 second. Yeah, there are around 8,246 votes left, and Drummond needs around, let's say, 2,400 to take the lead. So, what percentage
Excuse me.
would he have to get? What?
Sorry, I was just like I sighed a bit, so I wasn't sure if that
No, you're
showed up.
good.
I want to. Okay, actually, you're gonna make a calculation, so I'm just gonna hold off on my other thought because it's not related to this election.
Yeah, 8,246 minus 2,400. So, this is weird. I don't think that's how it works. It would be 2, 5. Yeah, pretty much by what I'm saying here. No, no, I don't think so. So pretty much it was 3,000 and 5,000. No, 3, 5,000. No, 5, 200, 2,800. Yeah, pretty much. So, basically, Gentner Drummond needs around 5,846 votes left out of Oklahoma. That 5,846 minus 8,246. He needs 70.89% of the remaining
Oh
ballot.
yeah, I don't see that happening just mathematically.
Yeah, mathematically, he needs almost 71% of the outstanding ballot to win the election, assuming that Tulsa is going to be is not going to go up for Matt Z. So it's a very rough calculation for Gentner Drummond. So that's why in the next dump, I think I may be ready to call this.
I don't want to be corny, but I think this election might be goner for Drummond than the Tulsa win.
I agree, but it all
Which
depends on what.
if whoever's listening doesn't get that, Tulsa wins crazy, twisters, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, this is like not on topic, but by chance, did you watch the movie Twisters that came out almost
I
exactly
did.
2 years ago that summer?
I did. It was
Nice.
interesting.
Okay. I actually wanted to talk about the Florida primary that happened last week.
What's up?
So
What
what is
about
it?
it?
So we all know Donald's won, Jay Collins 25%, and then Fishback got a whopping 10.8 or whatever decimal it was.
10.5.
10.5, even less. Well, not that it mattered, but it's ridiculous. You had these pollsters, which I'm not going to say much about them because, well, you might know, you might not know, but basically they literally put out internal polls as just regular polls. They didn't disclose
Yeah,
that they were
TPSI.
internal. Yeah. I didn't want to name them, but since you did, yeah. TPSI. Was that the only one, or was there another one? Like, I think there might have been a second one.
I think that was the only one.
Yeah. And I'm not going to name the name, but there was a very specific individual, a Republican individual
Oh, Lester?
that, yeah, Lester. Like I don't want, like, I don't, like, I'm just a background guy. I don't really look for drama, but like, you literally, I'm not that familiar with Florida campaign law, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal to like pull out an internal as a general poll
It
and just
is.
say like, oh yeah,
That's
so
why
it
I
is
think they got banned
illegal.
from polling. I think they got banned. Damn it.
Because like,
Gentner
of
Drummond
all
has
the
just taken the
things,
lead in Tulsa County.
oh wow. Because there's a lot of things that could have been said about Fishback's campaign on policy, on appearance, optics, all that. But the fact that you had, I'm not saying this is directly from Fishback. I'll just say the fact that there were people out there that did internal polls and released them without disclosing that they were internals is just ridiculous. Like, it's honestly a joke. And I hope that Mr. Lester realizes that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was what he did was definitely, if not illegal, unethical, but I think it was illegal.
That, yeah, minimum is unethical because you're literally telling voters in Florida, not just across the country. You're telling people voters in Florida, yeah, Fishback's got it in the bag, or he's like right up next to Donald's. Like that was just not
Yep.
the case. And I don't know if this is well, not what is it, a verifiable source or a trustworthy source, but I heard that this TPSI polling firm, if you can even call it that, was having people that said I'm voting for Donald's. They were putting not Donald's, Collins, I believe, saying that they were going to vote for Fishback because they thought they could. They just said, "Oh, this can't be right. These people are definitely voting for Fishback," or they like skewed the numbers on purpose because they literally, like in their hearts or like in their whatever heads, they just said, "Yeah, Fishback's going to get this many votes," and it
Yeah,
just didn't
exactly.
happen. And
True.
that's a problem in like modern day politics. It's not just like that, but like polling in general. Because you have like 2016 was probably one of the worst years. You just had like poll after poll, Clinton by 3, by 4, by 5, whatever it was, winning Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. None of that came to fruition. And then you have well-meaning, uninformed voters in states like those, and states like Texas, other states that just don't go out to vote because they see polls saying it's not even going to be close.
True.
Is there
No,
anything new out of Oklahoma?
no, pretty much. Yeah, what I told you previously. No new
Hmm.
results. When we look at NBC, they're estimated that there's around 26,000 ballots remaining. I don't know about that, but
I
I
don't
think there's
know.
less than that.
I honestly know nothing about NBC for election results. Like before Decision Desk, it was New York Times. Then Decision Desk came out. Like New York Times was still pretty good. Now Decision Desk is honestly on point, but no shout out to Lester.
Yeah, this is
That
Lester.
that was
It's
pretty
meh.
corny. I'll admit that.
It's okay. No, you're good. You got a 2,100 vote lead for Mike Massey. Over 95%
Um,
of the vote is in. This is
oh,
getting close.
oh, sorry, your mic got kind of loud for a second, but then it corrected.
No, you're good. Sorry.
What is it? Honestly, I don't know much else to say about Oklahoma. The only other thing I can think of is their Senate race because what's his name? The new DHS secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen.
Okay,
He
Mullen.
left his seat obviously to become secretary. So I don't know anything about that race honestly, and obviously nothing is going on for that tonight.
Yeah, for the Democrats there was, but who cares?
Oh yeah.
But I forgot who's the incumbent.
They think they appointed someone that's not even running for the seat, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
I may be dead wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. I would look it up. Actually, I'm gonna try to look it up on a different device because I know like at least on iPhone StreamYard, if I swipe up, it's just gonna like cut out.
Hmm. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. If after the next dump, if Oklahoma County and Tulsa County are within 90% reporting, and Mike Madsey has a lead greater or equal to 0.5%, I'm calling it. It's
Yeah,
getting close.
makes sense. Yep.
Yeah,
What
Tulsa.
is it? What's that
What?
one thing I wanted to look up? I know, like it's my own responsibility to remember what I forgot. Do you remember what I wanted
No,
to look up? Was it Oklahoma?
it was the Oklahoma senator, I think.
Oh yeah, that too. Okay, let me look up Oklahoma. Let me hold on. There's a specific.
Dump.
Okay, I can just look up the Senate election this year.
Hmm. Okay, there was another dump in Tulsa. Massey increased his vote tally by 24 votes. 91% of the county is reporting.
I'm not making fun of you, but every time you say the Mazzy's name, well, I can't even say
You think
that
of
good myself. It
Massey.
sounds like yeah, and that's
I
another
know.
point
I'm thinking the
actually.
same thing.
Like I actually want to make another point because you had these people like Nick Fuentes supporting Massey all of a sudden, only because they came out against Trump and like did the whole Israel shtick and the Epstein files, which like the average person can't even comprehend what's in the Epstein files. I'm not saying they're too stupid to understand anything, but it's like you have all these footnotes and that's a whole can of worms. I'm not even gonna get into that.
True.
But yeah, it's like you
I
have
agree.
like I don't oh wait, Kevin Hearn is the nominee for the Senate election in Oklahoma, the
Oh,
congressman.
oh, good.
Because wait, let me look at the 2020. Oh, because Mark Wayne Mullen won the special election in 2022, so now this time it is the regularly scheduled election. That makes a lot of sense actually. But the interim appointment was where's his name?
All right, the tally's
Alan
done. And
Armstrong. Alan Armstrong.
very few votes out of Tulsa. We have just seen a dump from Oklahoma County. Matsy now leads by 2,150.6%. One more, yeah, I'm getting close to call this. I'm getting very close to call it. Tulsa's done.
Okay, this is a random footnote, but I'm looking at the Wikipedia article for the replacement for Mullen in Oklahoma's Senate seat. It is Alan Armstrong, and for some reason under Oklahoma law, he's ineligible to run for re-election in 2026 this year.
Oh, really?
Hold on, I'm
Oh,
pulling
really?
up the article. I just have no idea why.
675 minus 2150.
Okay, I pulled up the article. It literally just says he's prohibited without saying why. I don't know. I have no idea why.
Okay, so it seems like, yeah, I get that. Getner Drummond needs 64.6% of the remaining ballot to get to tie with Mike Matsy.
Mm-hmm. So
I think he's gonna
mathematically,
get
it's
it.
just not really there.
Well, it's very unlikely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get the lead. But over
yeah.
95% is amazing.
If you decide to cut the stream, yeah, I don't blame you for that. It's like it's either gonna go one way or like we just won't know how it's gonna go until like midnight in
No,
Oklahoma, probably.
it's okay. I'll end it probably very soon because I think this
Yeah,
is getting
like
close to be
I'm good.
called.
I'm good to stay, but I know like on your coast, it's not that early anymore. Like
Yeah,
it's pretty late.
thanks.
Not that like you know what I mean. Like well,
Yeah, I get it.
you've been streaming for I saw over 3 hours, and I've never like kind of done that, but not like sitting in a chair. Like not that it's lazy, but like I'm like sitting down. Okay, I'm not gonna ramble that much anymore.
No, you're good.
Oh, oh, what is it? So what is it? I don't. Well, you know this, but I live in Arizona, and honestly, I think we are screwed in regards to the governor's election
Yeah. Fuck.
because not because of Biggs himself, but because of his running mate and because of Hobbs' running mate, because Hobbs got the Rhino Republican mayor of Mesa to join her ticket. And then
Oh
Biggs just picked
gosh.
some random former state senator, not an incumbent state senator, a former state senator.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
This is
it is not looking
fuck.
good for Arizona, bros.
Yeah, I get that.
And like I'm not
Senate
saying this to be
runoff.
like woe is me and like, oh, where's it? Like it's just like to be honest, I
No, of
am
course I
black
get it.
pilled. I am black pilled, but it's like I'll say this quick because I know like results are coming in and the list looking like it's gonna go one way or like no one knows. But basically, Andy Biggs had the obvious choice to pick Taylor Robeson, KTR, as his running mate because she was the runner up in the 2022 election. I believe she did announce this year, but like withdrew. And yeah, she is a moderate, like whatever. But she would have drew in a bunch of Republican voters that were turned off by Carrie Lake and a bunch of independents. without like compromising the fact that like Andy Biggs is a conservative.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
ranting. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. 94%. How accurate is this?
From Decision Desk or NBC?
Is this accurate? I don't think it's accurate.
What is that? New York Times.
Oklahoma county is in. Barely any change. If
Honestly, it's kind of
can I get
looking
any
like a Nazi
confirmation?
victory.
It is, yeah.
And what is it? My phone is not charging for some reason, so I might just hop off anyway,
Yes,
but not
okay.
right away.
You know what? I'll wait. I'll wait for one more dump.
I'm gonna try something. It might disconnect me. I don't know.
It's okay. It's 2050. Come on. The only remaining vote is now out of Oklahoma County.
All right, I don't have much to add anymore, and it's looking like not a wrap for the race, but just like just too close, too slow to call. So
Here,
I
sir.
think
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it for myself. Oh, I sorry. I mean, like I'm not saying I'm gonna be the next Republican nominee, but okay, I'm being very autistic. But
No, you're good. Don't
uh,
worry about it.
all right. Honestly, like props to you for putting this on because you have a pretty good
Thanks.
setup. You got the StreamYard going. Um, honestly, yeah, just, and like even the Chiron on the bottom, it looks like yeah, very well put together stream, very well
Thank you.
articulated,
Appreciate it.
and hopefully the
Seems like we've lost the connection with Kevin. Kevin, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate you, brother. You're awesome. Here, Arthur, what's up? Arthur. What's up, Arthur? All right, guys. So we're waiting for one more dump before we can finally call the selection. I know it's late. I know it was very fun. I know we've been here for almost 4 hours, but I promise you, it's almost done. Just waiting for one more dump. Okay. New York Times. Gotta love them. 94%. I know, but I don't listen to prediction markets. So. Just waiting for the final dump until I can actually call it. Yeah, it's a 2100 volt lead. All right, guys, it is time. At 10:34 p.m., Martin Media can officially project that Mike Matzey, the Donald Trump endorsed candidate, has defeated Gentner Drummond and is indeed the Republican nominee for the 2026 Oklahoma gubernatorial race. Once again, Martin Media projects Mike Matzey is the winner in Oklahoma. Very, very long race for sure. And there it is. I'm going to tell you why. Well, by decision desk, over 95% of the vote is reporting. Where is it? Oklahoma County, it's at 94% reporting. Tulsa County is over 95%. Even if we're to go to NBC, they estimate that there's around only 5,500 votes. I think there's less than that, but sorry, my brain's a little bit slow from all this streaming, so let me keep it quick. Let's suppose this is accurate. So there were around 50,000 ballots cast, multiplied by 0.06, so there's around 3,000 votes remaining. Okay. But let's just give them a break. Let's go to NBC. 9,500 votes remaining. Drummond needs 2,110 to win. Well, he needs to make up the deficit. So what does he need? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so that would be x minus y. Yeah, I don't want to do this. You know what? Never mind. I don't really want to do this calculation now. Sorry. Yeah, we've seen some new votes. Now there's 2,700. Yeah, estimated 6,500 votes in total remaining. And Oklahoma County is over 95% done. This race is over. Yeah, let's suppose there are, and Drummond needs 2,050 votes. There's around total 6,500 remaining. What does he need to get 2,050? He would need like 4,030. So 4,030 divided by 6,500. He needs 62% of the remaining ballots. I don't think he's going to get that, especially since he hasn't even been able to chop into the 2,000 vote deficit. And here we have it, another dump, and he's still trailing by 1,000, roughly 1,050. So that is the end. And both of them gained 1,000 each, so that's it. But anyway, yeah, Martin Media projects that Mike Matsey has won the race. Thank you guys very much for watching. I know we've been here for almost 4 hours, but it was very enjoying. I absolutely loved your support. Please like this video, subscribe, tune in to the next election live streams. We try, specifically me, I try very hard to make this professional, to make this engaging, and to make this fun, so we can watch the results come in together and still have a laugh at the end of the day. So thank you guys very much for watching. God bless all of you. Thank you for tuning into Martin Media, and may God bless America.